before we get into the mix of like the regular old stuff, we feel as though there's something immediately that we have to acknowledge and bring up. Huge loss in the wrestling world this past week, as this past Tuesday, the wrestling world lost Jay Briscoe. Um, Obviously, we know him as one half of the Briscoe brothers, him and his brother Mark, multi-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, multi-time tag champions, pretty much all over the world. You could honestly probably argue that they're like one of the best tag teams to never really like sign for WWE entirely. I think that's pretty safe to say. Yeah, this past Tuesday he was in a car accident. His $2 were in the car as well. I think from what we understand that Mark wasn't, but yeah, unfortunately Jay and somebody else was very much so damaged from it. His $2 were damaged as well, but fortunately, from what we understand, they were taken to the hospital immediately, and while like at first they were in critical condition, one of them is starting to like really feel stuff within their body again, which of course all blessings and prayers and them for that. And we're all gonna go ahead and say like at least something about Jay before we get into like reviewing stuff and everything. But I guess as far as me, what I have to say, as far as memories and stuff that I have of Jay Briscoe, two immediately come to mind for me. The first, I remember finding out about the Briscoe brothers and like learning who they were from videos on YouTube and whatnot. Because I don't know if you guys have seen them, but there's like these compilations of videos of like different promos and stuff they would cut and everything, and it was called like the Briscoes Ain't Even Bleeding. And
oh yeah,
yeah, I remember those.
Hard title.
The ones that I remember specifically was when it would start, and the first few seconds was Jay just busted the fuck open like completely, just like from head to toe, and Mark's just like, told him, brother, did we not tell him? And Jay just goes, I ain't even bleeding. That shit was so fucking funny to me. I always thought that the Briscoes were like really good at what they do, whether it's like humor, hilarity, or just like basic tag team wrestling and whatnot. Because like even from what we understand from like tweets and stuff people have said, the Briscoes are very like influential, I guess it's a safe word, for like a lot of teams that you may know or may not know that they were influenced by. And I guess we talk about their tag run, but like we'd be remiss to forget that he's a multi-time Ring of Honor World Champion as well. One of the things that really got me back into like Ring of Honor once the Steen Generico feud and stuff had ended, and they were both getting ready to go to the WWE, was the match with Jay and Jay Lethal for both the Ring of Honor television title and the Ring of Honor World title. Because like that, I knew who both of them were by that point, but I didn't know exactly like how good they were in a sense. Because like at that point, the most that I knew about Jay was just like Black Machismo stuff and like the stuff with Ric Flair and everything. So, and obviously with Jay, it was the stuff with like the Briscoe brothers and all that stuff. So to be able to like look at that match and like watch it and be like, holy shit, that's Jay Lethal and Jay Briscoe, and they're tearing the house down. It was really dope. It was, yeah, it's really dope to know that like guys like Jay Briscoe were very, very much so loved in the wrestling world. And speaking for everybody here, obviously, as well as like so many people in the wrestling world, we're wishing nothing but prayers and blessings to Mark and the entire Briscoe family, and just hoping for all the best for everybody involved. And I guess whoever wants to say stuff about him next can go ahead.
I really I don't know the most about the Briscoe brothers, but the stuff that I do know, finding out about them on YouTube, just going through my Ring of Honor phase, they always, you know, the matches of theirs that I did watch, they always delivered. You know, I even like more so super duper recently, they fought FTR like what, 3 times? Fought them 3 times.
Yeah,
yeah, they fought them 3 times, and they were great matches. So, it's just even when you're not, like the biggest fan or just the most, you know what I'm saying, the most active fan, just you seeing like the impact that they had on indie wrestling, the impact that they had on just like Flim said, just the tag team influence that they had, seeing that, and just the unfortunate way that Jay passed away. It's always sad. And I just wish, I wish that their family can recover and, do the best they can to go forward with, this tragedy that they went through. That's really it.
I guess what I'll say, I don't have too much to say that HEEMA and Thief did not say, but when I think about Ring of Honor, when I used to watch, I think about Sting, Generico, Cole, the the Young Bucks, but they definitely pop up in my head. Like that match that they had with the Young Bucks was super sweet. That's like one of my favorite tag team matches I can ever think of. But like my biggest thing, like as a person who like is pansexual and knowing that Jay had shit in his past and then like legit was getting better with it, apologizing to people, like taking pictures of people who are drag queens and shit, like showing his growth and stuff like that. I think especially after he had his kids, I think it, at least to me, is more important than maybe the stuff he did in ring. But his second world title run is one of my favorite Ring of Honor world title runs for sure. Like we were talking about it before the pod. I think Tristan said like that, like he went 2 years or something without being pinned. Like he was well respected. I'm not the biggest, yeah, or something like that. And like, I'm not the biggest FTR guy. I don't really think any of us are, to be honest. But like,
In ring.
but they were so heartbroken and stuff, and seeing like all those pictures backstage, and then I think the biggest thing is seeing the outpouring of people who have worked with Jay before, just saying like, yeah, this was a very good guy. This was a family man. He cared about everybody he worked with and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I think that shows more than most I can say about his in-ring career. But as a wrestler, he was great. As a locker room person, he seemed great. And I think at least up until we got to see he was growing as a person, and I can appreciate that a ton. So he'll be missed. I feel awful for his brother. I feel awful for his kids. As a person who's lost a parent, it's not easy. It's very hard. So I hope they will get through their fights with their demons that they're gonna have to have.
I don't really got much to say, but I will say that nigga was a hell of a promo. Like, I never, like, these past few days, even though it's been sad, I never laughed so hard at promos like these in my life, bro. Bro, the promos he be cutting on Michael Elgin and Adam Cole is fucking hilarious, bro. And then, like, I think Matt Hardy shared the fucking video on fucking Twitter. It was him, like, mowing the lawn. Matt Hardy was, like, so proud. And then the video cut to this nigga Jay doing the same thing. Didn't say nothing. Spit on the floor. And then the graphic just shows, fuck Matt Hardy. Like, bro.
Which is hilarious. It's just hilarious, bro.
This is sad, bro.
Like, he was really different, but Warner Media, I got some. Like,
I didn't know when we wanted to talk about it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I still can't believe they really did that shit, bro. It's like, come on, you could really put bygones I didn't even know how they knew Jay Briscoe in the first place. But
See,
Yeah, for those who don't know, long story short, Warner Media, Warner Bros. Discovery actually blocked AEW from being able to like have the Dynamite this past week be the Jay Briscoe tribute show that they ended up filming after Dynamite, just because of I guess like stuff with Jay Briscoe's past and everything being like the main factor in it or something like that. But yeah, a very big fuck them for that shit because yeah.
it's so confusing. It's like
see, here's my problem. I'm not trying to like compare shit because obviously one is worse than the other, which is actually not. Maybe it is comparable. You know, we got people who are alleged sexual offenders who are still on AEW television who hold titles right now, and like, but you know, Jay Briscoe said some shit about the community, which again he shouldn't have said. I'm not gonna like say he shouldn't have done that, but he at least owned his shit and he's moved on and he went and he got better. Why Warner Media? Like, the only thing I can think of is maybe because they used to, you know, wear the Confederate flag and all their shit, but then they stopped. So like, I don't know, but the fact that we have shit like that happen, but you still have people who have much worse shit against them on TV, it's sad. I also saw from Meltzer that like they wanted the Briscoes to whenever Motor City Machine Gun came in with Jay Lethal or whatever, that was supposed to be the Briscoes, and they flew them in. Like Tony flew them in, and Turner said, "Nah, you can't have him on the show," which is just so crazy to me because you can have him on Ring of Honor. They have this insane trilogy of matches with FTR that like were regarded as the best tag team matches of the year, bar none. It wasn't even close. And then, nah, they don't got nothing. And again, it's just really it's disappointing as fuck to hear because AEW has done so well with attributing and honoring people who had passed away in the world of wrestling. Like, it's just very sad because as like the parent company to Ring of Honor and all that shit, it's a really awful look. And like, I'm still glad they gotta do the tribute show and all that, but I just think it's really disrespectful. It's fucking sad. But shout out to WWE. They did it on NXT. They did it tonight on SmackDown. Like,
Very
they never
class
done
move.
that. They don't do that shit. That's the one thing. If you want to say shit about Hunter's regime, at least they acknowledge other wrestling shit like that now. So
Especially considering they, on a surface, would have had no reason to, because it's very
no,
arguable that like casual whatever's may not like know who the Briscoes are, but like to know how influential they were to the world of wrestling. Like, it was a very class move of them to acknowledge people like that who had no involvement whatsoever with WWE at that point, like directly. So yeah, very very big shout out to them for that. Very class act.
I don't know. That's the craziest thing to me is you can say that WWE did shit, had people wearing J armbands, and the Viking Raiders had the fucking Dem Boys on it or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the exact thing. But yeah, it's just it's disappointing, and I'm not even like trying to like ride the Fed. It's just
No.
It's crazy that they did that and Warner didn't do shit. Like, I didn't watch AEW this week. I don't know if they even said anything. I assume they did.
They did.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
The show started with the graphic and everything as well. Like,
okay, good.
them, and a lot of people on the show had like armbands and stuff as well. The Young Bucks did the Doomsday device too in their match with Top Flight.
Good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Also, long live. It's not the Tiger Driver 97. It's the J Driller. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. So with all that said and done, we're not gonna cut to the intro, obviously, because considering those of you who've seen the intro by now know, probably not the best move on our end to start off with that intro. So we're just gonna go ahead and get to the main show. You know, wrestling sucks.
Anyway,
Let's spin
Welcome
the face.
to Wrestling Sucks. This week of wrestling fucking sucked, especially. I'm not gonna lie to you, y'all. We thought long and hard about whether or not we were gonna review wrestling this week, and after a long 30 seconds of thinking, we're not doing that shit at all, honestly.
No, I'm sorry.
I think if anything, we'll probably just talk about like nitpick stuff worth like mentioning, like maybe the stuff with Roman and Sammy from SmackDown.
Oh,
That's probably about
let's
it.
get it. Let's get
But,
it. We ain't reviewing wrestling. We ain't doing that. All
No,
right,
we're still
bro.
reviewing wrestling.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, you thought.
See, me and them ain't on the same page. If it was me,
Damn.
if it was me, I rather review Frozen. I'm dead ass. I rather.
What is
review-
wrong with you?
No.
All right, hold
no.
on. Let me talk about Viperville's #1 fan Tristan over here, talking about how much he loves Frozen and shit. I'm sorry, I'm
Frozen
not
was
gonna
great. It was a hood classic.
you are 1 glazing, 2 stuck in
was
the
a hood classic.
2010s, 3 showing your age, 4 Tangled's better. L
Bro, it was
plus
a
ratio.
classic. Steve vouch.
No, I'm
Vouch.
not vouching. No, I'm not vouching. No,
He said Frozen? You want me to
Nah,
vouch for
With
Frozen?
that
I
said,
don't like Frozen. Unironically.
Wow. that's
W!
great.
yeah,
W!
it's not.
The movie
good.
sucks!
It's
Adina
not
Men-
good.
Adina
See-
Menzel has a pretty voice.
How
Sisters like each other.
how that became the flagship movie over Lion King is beyond me.
On God, you spin.
See, the
Not
difference between
Princess and the Frog, not Aladdin, not fucking Tangled. Frozen.
See, the difference between me and them. I only saw the movie when they were showing it at my school. I never went out and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna watch Frozen."
I
only saw-
watched it one time. My friend had it on DVD.
Crazy enough, I've only ever seen it in school as well.
Bro, y'all was
Same,
watching like
actually.
new Disney movies in school?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fuck?
Yeah,
Must be nice.
our teachers
be
had it
nice.
like that. I guess I don't know.
bro. I was watching Toy Story 2. Niggas was like, "You are a toy.
Hard.
You are a toy."
You are a
Hard.
child's plaything.
Hard. Shout out
Buzz,
to
look
the
at Alien.
Ah!
Bah! By the way,
my.
all those movies, nothing to do with what we're talking about this week.
Man.
I gotta say 2 things. I gotta say 3 things, by the way.
Go
We're
ahead.
talking about movies real quick. Toy Story 2, Shrek 2, and the new Puss in Boots are the 3 best sequels in cinema history. All right, I'm done. I'm
Might
done.
be honest.
Puss in Boots.
That Puss in Boots movie is fire. You should go
I
watch
heard it was.
it.
I heard it was good. I
It's
heard it was really good.
fucking
I heard it was really
amazing.
good. Yeah.
It's genuinely a good movie. It's cute and all that, whatever, but it's a good movie.
Bro, Slim, get to wrestling, bro.
Yeah.
Get to wrestling, bro.
Hey, you talking about Frozen? I can like Puss in Boots. All right. Let's
Man,
talk about
come
fucking
on,
wrestling.
hood classic, man.
Good classic. he
Hood
said.
classic.
Hood
Speaking of
classics.
hood
Crazy.
classics, this week we're actually doing our very first retro review episode of a series. This week we are doing an episode of SmackDown. Yeah. We decided not to talk about this week, including SmackDown, so we can go ahead and talk about SmackDown, you know? This week, SmackDown's from March 25th, 2004, from Grand Rapids, Michigan, had a 4,000 person attendance. The commentators were Michael Cole and Taz for the evening.
Hard.
It's notable for being the first episode of SmackDown to come after the 2004 draft. For those who don't know, back in 2004, they did like basically a legitimate like lottery type draft where they just put a bunch of names and like these little like balls and whatnot. And you had to like spin the machine around, pick out a name. Whichever name you picked, that was who was like drafted or whatnot. I actually have the results of the draft here if you want me to list the names and everything.
Hard.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
SmackDown had the first pick on that episode of Raw, and Paul Heyman and Eric
We got-
Bischoff are the respective general managers. The first pick of the
We got-
2004 draft lottery
Who we
from
got?
to SmackDown from Raw,
Who?
Who we got?
Renee Dupree. I like how Thief's the only one clapping.
What?
Hey man, I like La Resistance and all that. shout out Paul Heyman, the greatest manager of all time.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What was he cooking? What was he cooking?
Bro,
What was he
what's wrong
cooking, bro?
with Rene Dupree, bro?
The first overall pick.
He had Fifi. He had Fifi. Bro,
Bro,
had the
we
French
talk-
tickler, the dance. Remember?
What I'm talking about?
The what?
Triple H.
It was called the French
Batista,
tickler.
John Cena, Eddie Guerrero.
Hey man, they made up for that in
Mind
droves.
you. It was in the little thing, you know, the Rumble thing when they just like twist it and turn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know when you
So
go to
it could have been anybody. It could have been anybody. It's
little
not like
pot
they
numbers.
had the choice. You know what I'm saying?
little pot numbers, you know.
But hey, Raw makes up for it. You know who Raw's number one pick is? Shelton Benjamin.
Hard.
Genuinely a good pick.
Now.
Genuinely a good pick.
Ain't nobody can stop me.
And what's crazy is
now.
I'm pretty sure it's the following Monday where he main events Raw against Triple H and beats him, right?
One, I'm gonna be
Yeah, I think
honest. I did not grow up watching the Fed. I was 3 years old when this episode came out. 2, that's hard.
Yeah.
Shout out Shelton Benjamin.
hmm He's
Should've
like one
been
of the
WWE
only people
champion.
at that time to beat Triple H clean. He should have been WWE champion
That's
a
insane to
long
me.
time ago.
Shout out Shelton, man. What
So
a
then,
fucking absolute star.
there were 12 picks on the show overall, 6 each, and then there was like post draft trades. The third pick to SmackDown from Raw was the reflection of perfection, Mark Jindrak.
Dude, that was a good pick. He was in Evolution. I remember that.
He was not in Evolution.
What are you talking about? He was there.
He was not in Evolution.
Oh.
He was meant to be a member because Batista got injured, but he was not in Evolution.
I'm gonna be honest.
No.
I wasn't watching, obviously. That sounds awful. I don't even know who that motherfucker is.
Bro, what?
You know about Mark Jindrak? The reflection of
heard the
perfection?
I've heard the name, but like, bro, y'all gotta remember, I started watching when CM Punk and Ryback and Brad Maddox
fuck.
were fucking each other.
Fuck.
So, like, Mark Jindrak?
Yeah, bro.
What
Next
y'all
big
know
thing.
about? What y'all know about like Jack Swagger with Zeb Coulter? Talk
Oh
to me
my
about
God.
that.
That's a few years down the line.
See, Jack Swagger is just Mark Jindrak with less steroids.
That's crazy.
That's awesome, actually. Maybe I like Mark Jindrak a little bit. just a little
Maybe
bit.
I like Mark
Hey,
Jindrak. That's
Hey,
crazy.
does he make his whole gimmick about, holding his hand over his chest and doing swagger bombs, and then he does a gut wrench power bomb, but it's not the swagger bomb, it's just the gut wrench power bomb. Jack Swagger makes no fucking sense, bro. Shout out Jake Hagar.
Yeah, shout out Rock
It ain't
Hard
safe.
Jake Hagar.
It
The
ain't
number
safe.
4 pick in the WWE 2004 draft to Raw is
got-
Nydia.
Hard. Tough Enough winner.
Yeah,
Right?
Tough Enough winner.
Is that,
yeah.
is that the, is
Yeah.
that the year that Tough Enough happened?
She was the winner of that original season, I think. Yeah. Her
It
and
was-
Maven.
Nah, well, yeah, she was the first female winner.
Mhm.
Maven was the first male winner.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, not gonna lie, in 2004, hearing that a woman went before the male winner, kind of a W. Sucks that Nydia didn't really pan out, but that's kind of a W.
Hey, man. Yeah, Nydia was cool. I remember her with Jamie Noble.
Yeah,
That
she was
heat.
cool. Yeah,
Uh,
she was a cool manager. She was not a good wrestler though.
Okay, now we're talking turkey. The number 5 pick to SmackDown from Raw.
Who we got?
Triple H.
Hard.
Oh my.
For now, the number 6 pick in the 2004 draft to Raw is Rhino.
L.
I don't know how much longer he was in the company at this point. actually.
Not long. I think he shows up in TNA in 2005, so he probably on
Yeah.
his way out.
Yeah.
All I
He's
know
not
is-
there for too long.
He should stay in the Fed because his TNA run fucking sucks. Come on, don't get me started.
You're not
bro.
wrong. You're not wrong.
Not
Man,
getting
you talking
started.
about the man beast?
Yeah, I am.
The War Machine.
The only thing I care about with Rhino is his fucking like little tag run with Heath Slater. Well, the one
Oh
time.
yeah, that run ruled.
Yeah,
the,
like
man, the
W
Beauty
title?
and the Man Beast. That was their team name.
I haven't watched enough ECW. I don't know. He's a cool wrestler. He's got a great spear, obviously.
One of the best in the business.
But I
Spear.
don't know about
Yeah, that's the gore.
Excuse
Yeah.
me. Sorry.
Yeah.
The gore is really cool, but I like it more than Goldberg.
The number 7 pick in the 2004 draft to SmackDown is Rob Van Dam, who unfortunately doesn't get to do too much because he gets injured not too long after this.
He won the tag titles. What do you mean?
He did win the tag titles with Rey Mysterio. That's true.
That's a hard tag team. I might need to go do some.
Yeah, no, that tag team was sick. I think I don't know if this is from a video game or if this is like an actual seg, but I have a really vague memory of them doing like a seg where Rob Van Dam was doing the splits. They cut to Rey Mysterio doing the splits, and then they cut to Tori Wilson doing the splits. That was awesome.
That's hard.
Number 8 to Raw is.
She's got legs.
And that's Stacy Keibler. That's Stacy Keibler.
My fault.
Hey, Tori also has legs.
That's true. She does indeed know how to use them as well. Number 8 to Raw is Tajiri.
Hard,
yeah. That's cool.
That's hard.
That's sweet.
Kicks people in the head really hard. He's cool.
That's true.
Hey,
Number 9. Go ahead.
Cool. I was just about to say, I don't know how that motherfucker's still wrestling, but he's still going in Noah. So
that's awesome.
He still wrestles, bro. He's still kicking people's heads in Noah.
He's down over there with Rob Van Dam. They're doing their thing over there.
Yeah, yeah. They basically are.
That's awesome.
It's crazy.
Number 9. The second to last pick for SmackDown from Raw is Teddy Long. Theodore R. Long, which goes on to be one of the sleeper picks for this year's draft, actually. Number 10, the pick from Raw. I remember he was injured at this time, and they announced it like, oh, when he comes back, he's coming back to Raw. It's Edge. Who ended up coming back later that night.
I was gonna say, is this like after? No, this is way before he wins the WWE title, right?
Yeah. This was like when he first came back after getting injured in 2003.
That's not the first neck injury though, right? I think that's probably like an ACL or some shit.
I think so.
Because I think I'm trying to remember because I've seen the Edge documentary like 10 times. I think his first neck shit was after Cena, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that would make sense. But he's getting ready to come back from some injury that kept him out for like over a year or something like that. So they were I remember they popped heavy for him when that hit. The last pick for SmackDown is Spike Dudley.
The boss.
Just Spike.
The boss before Sasha Banks.
And number 12, the last pick of the 2004 draft before the post-draft trades, happens to be, oh my god, it's the general manager of SmackDown. Paul Heyman's been drafted to Raw. It's crazy.
That shit did not make any sense. That shit did not make any sense.
I want to say it's smart, but it's not.
Yeah, it's so not smart, in fact, that Paul Heyman quit.
Yeah.
Legitimately, like at the end, once he got drafted, he was like, Eric Bischoff, fuck you, I'm out of here, I quit. And the entire SmackDown locker room got up and started celebrating. Which is awesome. Yeah. The only real post-draft trades are oh wait, should I mention what the post-draft trades are like as I'm reviewing the show? Because it's imperative for this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. So basically when the show starts, they give a big recap of the draft and everything. They have no general manager, Paul Heyman quit, all that stuff is going on. Goes to the opening sequence, which is I Want It All, which
hard
W fucking theme. I remember that being like it might be up there for one of like the best sleeper SmackDown themes, you know. But
it's bad that when I hear I Want It All, I think of an actual good Disney Channel movie. Shout out High School Musical.
I'm not gonna lie, I just stick at the moan at the beginning when I hear the SmackDown theme.
Huh?
Bro, if you replay the beginning of that, you will see what I'm talking about. Oh God.
It's been a long time. Wait, yeah, I'm thinking about it now. Where's the moan at?
Bro.
Why is Tristan thinking about moans?
Yes.
Come on. Oh, that.
Oh, that. Yeah. That's okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I hear you.
It was a bad thing.
So show starts, pyro, boom boom pow. They're in Rapids, Michigan. The first thing I immediately think is I feel so bad for this crowd because obviously with the benefit of hindsight, we all know what happens. It starts off with Triple H's music, Tron, lighting, entrance, yada yada yada, all that stuff plays. They're all waiting for Triple H to walk out.
There's signs in the crowd, by the way.
Yeah, like, game on. We're ready for Triple H, all that stuff. Kurt Angle walks out in a suit. To Triple H's music and lighting and everything, by the way. Like, he comes out, black shirt, black pants with a stain on it, belt with like a golden belt buckle, and then white vest. This dude, Kurt Angle, he came out looking so happy yet so sad at the same time.
The greatest
crazy.
wrestler of all time, doing his thing.
Fresh
That's
out
my
of
goat right there.
fresh out of losing to Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania, the whole nine. He comes out and
the track pants.
yeah,
Yeah.
the track pants and all
With the boots. Crazy. The
So,
loafers, I mean.
he comes out and he basically gets straight to the point. He's like, yo, Heyman's quit and everybody needs a new general manager for SmackDown. And he teases it for like a couple minutes. He's like, oh, this general manager is very profound. This person's the best person ever. Has one of the most famous last names in the history of wrestling. And Taz is like, oh, it's got to be Stephanie. It's got to be Stephanie McMahon, right? It has to be. And Kurt Angle just goes, it's me.
Hard.
Kurt Angle is the new general manager of SmackDown in 2004, which
Hard.
honestly smart. Yeah. He says he's putting his wrestling career on hold for all of them. It's low-key a babyface promo he cuts, but like it's edited in crowd audio of booing. Like,
it's
if you
funny
look-
because
I don't know.
like he's definitely trying to do a face promo here, but he also can, like, you can see the look on Kurt's face. He looks like he's like, man, I don't want to be doing this shit right now. They all pissed. They want Triple H, not me.
Yeah.
Why am I
It's like
doing this?
Knew. Deep
He
down,
knew.
he knew.
Yeah, which
Mhm.
is like this is crazy heel heat, but at the same time he's a babyface kind of babyface promo, getting heel heat. He's getting opposite Cody heat.
Yeah, actually.
Funny.
But yeah, he says he's putting his
He's the
wrestling
opposite
career.
of Cody.
That's why I love him. Those are my two inverses of each other, my yin and my yang.
Kurt Angle and Cody Rhodes are your yin and yang, huh?
Hell yeah.
Goes to show. He says he's putting his wrestling
hell
career
does that mean?
on hold so he can be in charge, all that stuff. He said that he won't back down from anyone because he's experienced in wrestling and all that stuff. He says that earlier in that day, Triple H actually came up to him and demanded a rematch with Eddie Guerrero because on the
Hard.
Raw beforehand, they had a match for the WWE title that ended in DQ, if I'm not mistaken, because it turns into like an all-out brawl between both brands and everything. And he like hypes it up as if like, oh, he's gonna agree to that match and everything. And he's just like, I said no. The crowd just boos. He says, what he ended up doing was he traded Triple H in 2004 back to Monday Night Raw for the Dudley Boys and Booker T. Let me make sure you guys understand this. One man, Triple H, was traded back to the show he was at beforehand for three people. The most established tag team from ECW and one of the most decorated champions from WCW. Those three were traded back for Triple H.
I mean, that was a good trade.
I mean, all things considered, in hindsight, it was. And, like, it makes sense, all things considered, why. Because, like, if he went to SmackDown, one, there would be no JBL, or, like, he wouldn't have gotten as big as he did. And two, there would not have been a main event heel on Raw at the level of Triple H. Like, they kind of did need him. And I feel like they definitely realized that, like, after they drafted him over, like, oh shit, we can't do this, huh? So, yeah. He introduces Booker T. Booker T comes out, and dog, he has the most stone face look on his fucking. Oh my god, he looks so disgruntled, bro. He looks so upset and irritated to be there. He walks out, full like tracksuit type gear, long sleeved black shirt with like white stuff on like the hips and everything tucked in, Adidas pants. You know, bro just walks out. Man, I don't even want to be here for real.
Hey,
he gets in the ring. He not doing no taunts, no crowd interaction. He just walks.
You just reminded me. Taz was so fucking excited.
Oh my god!
When Booker T was walking out, when Booker T got the ring, he was like, "Hey, do a spinneroonie! Do a spinneroonie!"
Michael, I want to see a spinneroonie. Book, do a spinneroonie.
Meanwhile, Booker's just like,
he's still stone face.
Bro, would you say that Booker T was a disgruntled talent in that moment?
Absolutely, he was.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Yeah. So
I would be too. But yeah, he
bro,
sold that shit very well.
Bro gets the mic from Kurt, and he basically says, "Yo, I wish I could come out here and say I'm happy to be here on SmackDown, but the truth is, I'm not."
Hard.
He says, "I liked where I was. I was doing so well. Mind you, he was tag team champions with Rob Van Dam just a few weeks earlier. Rob Van Dam was drafted to this show." Booker T says, "I'm not happy to be here. Because compared to Raw, SmackDown is the minor leagues."
One, crazy burial of your own brand. I know Vince wanted to say that. Two, this is in hindsight, best thing to ever happen to him. Three, my brother, you just lost to Triple H 2 WrestleManias ago. What are we talking about? You knew what you were getting into. You're getting into getting buried?
You said
that nigga Booker said, "I was the man."
He knows what it's like to lose to a man, not some real suckers like them over here on SmackDown. He basically says he likes wrestling on Raw. The fans over there appreciated him, all that stuff. He says,
mind you, when he came out, he got a pop.
Yeah, he was still a face. He was still a face.
They were eating him up.
They were so happy to hear from him. The moment Kurt Angle calls him the 5-time WCW champion before introducing him, they start getting on their feet. But yeah, Booker's like, "I don't want to be here. Compared to Raw, this show is just the minor leagues." He starts name dropping people. He says, "I'm hotter than John Cena. I'm bigger than the Big Show. I'm better than Eddie Guerrero. I'm even greater than the Undertaker." All of which, I'm not gonna lie, ain't really that true.
Hell no.
But
I'm being completely
yeah.
honest, nah. No, it's not, but pop off, bro.
Angle said, "SmackDown? Minor leagues? Well, you've got it all wrong, buddy." He basically just starts hyping up SmackDown and everything, saying that SmackDown's full of healthy competition. They're the competition you really want to step in the ring with. But he ends up saying that Booker's right about how big of a star he is and everything. And he wants the people to cheer Booker, and he wants him to be like the face of SmackDown. He's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Booker T." Booker T's still just stone-faced. Just pissed the fuck off.
He just doesn't want to be there, bro.
He legit.
He's a
Bro can't even
disgruntled
give a straight
talent.
face early. He is so disgruntled. He walks out the ring, goes back up, still pissed and everything, and that's how that first segment ends. It cuts to a video of them on the European tour, because if I'm correct, like around that WrestleMania time period, and then like around like SummerSlam and stuff like that as well, would be when they would go to like trips to Europe and everything. One of the big highlights was John Cena wearing a kilt.
That's hard.
That is hard.
Are we doing edits? Can we pull up John Cena with the kilt? Can we get that from somewhere? I know how the layout is now. So it's us four. It's us four, right?
Video podcast people.
I want John Cena in the kilt right in the middle. Like where am I gonna be in the same spot? If I'm in the same spot.
You should be in the same spot, yes.
John Cena kilt goes right here.
Yeah, right below me, right?
Yeah, you should be right here.
Yeah.
So remember to do
there.
that. Okay? Make a note of that.
Remember to do that is crazy. We get to Rob Van Dam making a SmackDown debut versus Charlie Haas. Of course, Charlie Haas just getting over Shelton Benjamin jumping over to Raw. It's very funny to think about. Like, Charlie Haas is busy losing to Rob Van Dam. Spoiler alert. Meanwhile, Shelton Benjamin is getting ready to beat Triple H clean in the middle of the ring.
Crazy.
Goes to show levels here. There's levels to this.
That's fucking crazy.
Is it me or is the mid card scene from like this time period? It's just so crazy. Like,
Oh, it's
not crazy.
unbelievable.
It's
Not
elite.
crazy. Like, it's just like when you look back on it, it's like names that shouldn't be like huge names. Like, there's no way Gregory Helms.
Don't get me started, bro. Don't get me
There's no
started,
way-
bro.
There's no way Gregory Helms was supposed to be as cool as he was, but he just was.
Dude, talk about who he was for like 10 years straight, the longest reigning champion in SmackDown history. He beat JBL's record, bro. He held the Cruiserweight title for like 385 days. Like, bro, there's no reason. He moved up divisions while he was Cruiserweight champion. He went up to the heavyweight division, beat Matt Hardy, went back down, beat Jimmy Wang Yang, and held the title for an extra like 100 days, bro. I can talk about Gregory Helms' run forever, dude. Oh my god.
He was that dude. He said, "Watch and learn, boys.
Watch
Dude,
and learn, boys."
JBL would
Hell of a
spend
reporter,
week
bro.
after week calling him the best kept secret of SmackDown. And he was right.
It was right.
He was actually right, bro. Shout out to Gregory Helms
Hey.
if you ever see this.
Look, as a person who's like reviewed like weekly content for a different company that's supposed to be the greatest content ever, going back and going back and watching like this period of SmackDown, I've legit just picked out episodes to watch by myself, like just a random episode, nothing noteworthy, none of like the Brock and Kurt Iron Man match or the shit like this. You legit just go back and watch an episode of SmackDown. You see guys that you want to see every week, and they were booked well, and shit was good. Yeah, there's some shit that you wish you could have seen more of, but like, fuck, bro. People don't actually have rose tinted glasses for this shit. As a person who like doesn't, didn't grow up watching wrestling, shit's hard. This shit is fire. Like 2000s WWE, particularly SmackDown, that
It's
shit's
heat.
fire.
It's heat.
They got depth.
But yeah. It's just a standard Rob Van Dam essentially squash match.
He gets his spots in.
Yeah, he gets his spots in.
Hard.
Does some kicks, some shoves. Some.
Did he pull
some
out
stomps.
not the Rolling Thunder? Did he do the handspring moonsault this match, or was he say that was he didn't pull that one out? He didn't open his bag that deep.
I don't think he went that deep yet. I feel like
I think he hit the Rolling Thunder.
He definitely
I
hit the
think he-
Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
He hit the Rolling Thunder. Rob actually doesn't hit the 5-star to end the match. It's a Charlie ends up like unhooking the turnbuckle pad, and then Rob Van Dam gives him a small package for the win and everything. But yeah, it was just like a standard old match. Yeah, just a casual whatever. You can tell that like they were just being like, hey, this is Rob Van Dam. This is what he's bringing to our show. Watch it. But
Hard.
yeah. After that, they show a clip of Rene Dupree being drafted to SmackDown. I guess they were really, really trying to brand dude as like, this could be the future of this brand. Like they might have actually had a decent amount of faith in Rene, and like
He was like a worse version of the Now.
that's a crazy way to put it, actually.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Now, Austin Theory.
That's a
I'm gonna keep my
crazy
mouth
way to
shut.
put it.
He
But, like,
ain't a kid no more.
He ain't no damn kid.
He
Does
ain't
he
no
still?
damn
Hey,
kid.
does he still like kids though?
I don't know.
Okay.
You gotta ask him. I don't know.
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
then they-
hey, that gift for the server earlier. Just saying. Sorry, I know y'all don't know about that.
My God.
golly,
Between the
that's
boys.
crazy. That's crazy. After that, they cut to a clip of the brawl. that happened during Raw when it was Triple H and Eddie, and it gets like interrupted by the whole brawl and whatnot, and then Steve Austin gets involved. That whole thing. I guess they just show it like, hey, this is what happened this past week on Raw. Yada yada yada. Then we get to Billy Kidman versus Rene Dupree. Rene's SmackDown debut. He comes out. He has the flag. He has Fifi the poodle with him.
Fifi.
Yeah, Billy Kidman makes Rene look very good. Yeah, shout out Fifi, actually.
Yeah, Fifi.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's just another standard, like, hey, this is a showcase of this guy match.
True.
I said Max. Rene gets a bear hug in. He gets a bear hug in, which is something that when you think about it for a second, seeing that from Rene Dupree is weird almost. But yeah, he gets a whip in the corner. He does a pose, does the French tickler elbow, gets a 2. Yeah, they do the regular stuff. Kidman gets a comeback in, including like a middle rope elbow. Kidman does his own French tickler actually, and then he gets a drop kick. But then when he goes for the shooting star for like the finish, it doesn't end up hitting. Rene hits a over the shoulder sit out power slam, but it didn't have any force to it or anything really. And also Michael Cole called it as a power bomb. But that's what ends up giving Rene Dupree the win. Yeah. It was definitely a good showcase match for Rene. Like, you could tell, like I said, you could tell that they definitely wanted to like do something with him. And they probably definitely thought that like he worked better as a singles guy than like the La Resistance stuff as well.
He did not.
But yeah, it didn't pan out. Considering literally a few months later, he ended up winning the tag team titles with Kenzo Suzuki on SmackDown. So yeah.
Hold on.
Hey, time out.
Yeah, what?
This is literally like a 30-second tangent. I know you saw Max's camera moving by itself. That was crazy. I know you saw that.
This shit's free, by the way. Y'all got an
That
NVIDIA graphics card, just grab that shit.
That shit's hard.
Yeah, they don't sponsor us, but you know.
Yeah, no, they don't. Hey, but if you want to pay me though.
If you want to.
No, I was just gonna say, talking about Michael Cole. So I collect trading cards and shit like that, and they have wrestling trading cards. Tell me why Michael Cole has the most awful signature ever. I just got this in the mail today. He didn't even do cursive or nothing. He just said M, little I, no dot.
That shit looks like the Dawson's Creek logo.
Bro, I have chicken scratch for writing. Man, that shit is fucking trash. I'm sorry. All right, that's all I had to say. Yeah, Shout out Michael Cole, though. That's my guy.
Shout out Michael Cole.
Fucking
Speaking of Michael Cole, out comes John Cena after this match. John Cena, and this is like pure basic thugonomics. John Cena comes out with the camo shirt, camo hat, U.S. title, spinner, yada yada
spinner
yada.
Title, baby.
He comes out post match. Rene Dupree still in the ring, all that jazz. He comes out and he says, "Yo Taz, yo, you're a thug. Yo Cole,
that's crazy.
You're gay." Mind you, this is pretty much John Cena's whole basic thugonomics run as a whole. Like if you watch it back nowadays, it legitimately is just it's either racial jokes or it's sexuality jokes. Like I can't make this up.
No, I'm gonna keep it 100. It's hilarious, by the way. Not to go back to it, it's hilarious that Jay Briscoe got shit for that. But John Cena didn't get shit for that, for what he used to do.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Bro. The one line I remember from John Cena during that run is, "You hate me because I'm white? That's reverse discrimination. I hate you for 2 words. Illegal immigration." What the fuck? Like, I'm pretty sure he said that to Eddie.
That man is crazy. That man is crazy.
What the fuck, bro? Anyways, he says He
Oh
says he
my
wants to make
goodness.
sure that Rene Dupree is prepared. He says, he says, don't leave your wallet anywhere near Guerrero. More gay jokes to Rene because he's French and he has the French tickler, yada yada yada. And yeah, it's just like a standard whatever, just dogging Rene Dupree, and it's
okay, bro.
basically it's just setting up that that's like gonna be the feud for that title. And hot take, I would have loved for Rene Dupree to end up actually getting the US title around this time. I think that would have been fun.
That's a hot take.
Hey man,
I don't agree.
It's mine to make.
I don't know enough about Rene Dupree. All I know is La Resistance was cool. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know about him. I don't know about him getting a singles title, but
see, that's
sure.
crazy. Flem is just not a real American. He's just not.
He not. He trying to see the French man go over this proud American for the United States title.
He doesn't love
the
this
U.S.
country.
title, literally for the U.S. title. That's insane.
So
it's okay to say you don't love this country. It's okay, HEEMA. Okay.
I can say that I don't want to see the guy who makes sexuality and racial jokes win and get jeered for it.
The foreigner, just take the title. That's it.
If you're what's the word? If you're an anti-American, what's the word for that? The whole being anti-American thing, isn't it like fascist, something like that? I said
that's a completely different thing.
That
but
is
also
so
based.
Different. That
also
is so
based.
Different.
It's kind of based though. It's kind of based, but
cut to Undertaker. Cut to a recap of the week before.
Can we get a little clip right there? Real
There's
quick?
no way.
He cut to Undertaker in the ring.
There is no way he just.
There. What did he say? Did he just say that? Did he?
No, I did not say that. As a matter of fact, I did not say that. As a matter of fact,
your thought process is insane because I know you ate from that shit, bro. I know you thought you had that shit right.
You thought that you were right.
I swear, I 1,000% thought that was the right one.
You were so confident. You asked
my brother. Fascism is like what Nazis did.
Huh?
Like, fascism is about one person controlling through hate and like one ruler and shit like that. I mean, it's the opposite of capitalism, but capitalism is also.
Eve, what is wrong with you, bro?
On God.
Well, this is a nice 2-episode podcast. Cut to a recap of the week before, where it's Undertaker beating up Paul Heyman. It's right after Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio. Paul Heyman comes out, yada yada yada. The gong hits. Undertaker comes out with Paul Bearer. This is his first appearance after WrestleMania when he came back as the Dead Man. One thing I like about this appearance, and I remember it like thoroughly, is that when he normally when he takes off like the hat and whatever, it's just like the yada yada yada. It's the Undertaker. He takes his hat off. He still has like a bandana on because this is his first like TV appearance since American Badass stuff and like the Big Evil whatever. So yeah, I like how it was like one last little like cross between the two things before he like immediately goes on to be the Dead Man.
The hat and the bandana is crazy.
It's wild, isn't it?
You know what's wild is I didn't know like that run ended this early. I thought it went till like 2007.
Nah.
No, that's wild.
He turned
into wild.
He was buried alive by Kane in 2003 because it was Survivor Series that year when he was facing Vince in a buried alive match. Kane helped Vince win, burying Undertaker alive, and then it was starting at the Rumble the following year, 2004, the one that nobody talks about, where they started teasing him coming back and everything with like different gongs and like mind games and whatnot. And he didn't actually show up until Mania. when he like came back as the Dead Man with Paul Bearer and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, from there for the rest of his career, except for like the AJ stuff, he was just Dead Man.
When Taker actually should have retired.
Yeah.
Shout out WrestleMania main eventer AJ Styles, by the way.
Dude, it's so weird, isn't it? Like,
Damn right.
there are so
Kevin
many
Owens
times
and
I
AJ
sit back
Styles.
and think about that. Like, bro, that was AJ Styles.
That was AJ Styles.
The motherfucker used to tell people to zip it on monthly pay-per-views for NWA, TNA.
Zip it.
Main event in WrestleMania with The Undertaker. That's so cool.
Talking about our favorite line in New Japan Pro Wrestling history. Okada.
TNA Young Boy.
Young boy.
Now, IWGP champion? No. Still Young Boy.
Young boy.
I want this title, and I will have this title, because now I have ammunition. He just wears a Bullet Club shirt. Oh my
so
god.
hard.
AJ Styles rules, bro.
I'm about to go back on a deep dive to 2016, man. My
Jesus,
goodness.
dude.
Throw it
Yeah.
up, brothers.
There's a recap of that, then it immediately cuts to Teddy Long walking down backstage, handing the current SmackDown Tag Team Champion Scotty 2 Hotty and Rikishi a card. Basically just saying, hold on now, players. Now that I'm on SmackDown, players, I'm looking for new clients and whatnot. Because this was obviously before he became general manager and everything. He was still like a heel manager looking for like clients and whatnot. Jumping to the future, he actually ends up managing Mark Jindrak. That's when he starts becoming the reflection of perfection gimmick and all that junk. So yeah, that's how that becomes full circle. Josh Matthews looks interested in getting a card and being like Teddy Long's guy or whatever, but Teddy Long says, players only, cracker. Because this is when he was still calling people cracker on a weekly basis.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
crazy. This is 2004? Oh my
I remember-
goodness.
I remember he was
Woo!
the year before in like 03. This was like right when Goldberg had just came in. He had like, it was the first time Goldberg had wrestled in Madison Square Garden. It was an episode of Raw. He was managing like Rodney Mack or some shit like that. And he was like, oh, we're doing a white boy challenge. We dare any white boy to come out here and beat the piss out of Rodney Mack. Then Goldberg walks out and washes the fuck out of him.
Incredible.
Oh,
A white
my
boy
gosh,
challenge
dude.
is insane.
The white boy challenge, yes.
Can't
Teddy
believe that
Long, something
He
different,
called
bro.
Josh Matthews a cracker.
Yeah, players only, cracker. Holla, holla, holla.
So crazy. That is so crazy.
So then
My goodness.
we get to
What a
another
base guy. What a guy.
we get to
What a
another
guy.
backstage seg with Eddie Guerrero in the SmackDown locker room. He's just welcoming people in one by one. He says, "What's up, Orlando?" Because it's like Orlando Jordan before joining in with JBL and everything, which
God.
we'll get to.
Him seeing Orlando Jordan, which I thought it was Orlando Brown. I got his fucking name mixed up. I felt
Yeah.
awful for that. But yeah, seeing Orlando Jordan again was kind of crazy.
Dude, do we even want to talk about his TNA run at all?
No.
Good.
No.
So he ends up
No.
welcoming people still. He welcomes in Ray. He says Rob. They all do the Rob Van Dam taunt, which rules.
Hard.
He goes up to
locker room ring?
yeah, locker room leader Eddie Guerrero, basically.
Crazy.
He goes up to fucking Funaki, who's still SmackDown's #1 announcer at this point, and what he says specifically is, "Funaki-san, hi!" Just something like that, whatever. Just the
He
usual.
says hi, and I know he says Omiwa, which is crazy because anime fans know what that turns into.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane.
And then he immediately greets Spike Dudley, but he almost does it the same way he greeted Funaki as well. Spike-san! Oh wait, I can't do that with you, SA! Like, the
Can't
whole...
do that, fool. That's fucking
And then it all leads up to him greeting up Booker T, who's just chilling in the locker room on his own. As we know,
He has
he's
a-
still disgruntled from before.
Bruh, this man's still wearing this long shirt, these long pants. He still has his hair up in the ponytail
towel.
braid.
Oh my god.
He has a towel, though.
Yeah.
But he's not sweating or nothing. He's not.
Nah.
He doesn't have his shirt on, but he just has a towel right here on his left shoulder.
And he's still pissed the fuck off. Eddie's just trying to like cheer him up, just be like, "Hey, Booker T, man, welcome. Hey, Spinneroonie, yeah, man, that's the thing. That's what's up, Holmes. That's awesome. Do a little pump kick like you do in the ring. You good?" I say. And Booker T's just like, "Bro, what the fuck, bro? I don't want to be here with y'all, son. I hate this show, bro." Like he says, he basically just disrespects everybody. Just says like, "Bro, I don't got time for this nonsense, bro. Like, let's be real here. Eddie Guerrero, WWE champion. Are we sure about this? Like, come on, son. This just you. As far as I'm concerned, you the champion of the minor leagues." And Eddie just, oh my gosh.
By association, he's calling who did he beat? Brock Lesnar?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's calling Brock Lesnar a minor league champion.
Brock Lesnar,
By
Kurt
association.
Angle. Who else did he champ before this? Fucking
Kurt Angle, minor league. Big Show,
Yeah.
minor league. The Rock, minor league.
Yeah, I was about to say, did Brock beat
Brock beat Rock.
Brock beat Rock.
and then Eddie beat Brock. So
Yep.
basically,
No,
Booker T's saying,
Big Show beat Brock.
Kurt beat Big
Brock,
Show, and then
or beat Big Show. Then
Brock
Brock
beat Angle.
beat Kurt, and then Eddie beat Brock.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then here we are now.
Yep.
So he's
Yeah.
basically saying like all of them are they're not shit.
They're
They ain't shit.
Mind you, one of these titles technically existed before the one on the show he was at before.
Hey, 5-time WCW World Champion though, by the way. So crazy.
I'm pretty sure he says that in this seg at some point. But yeah, Eddie's just like, "I know you ain't just do that, essay. I know you didn't just disrespect every single person to hold the WWE title. You didn't just do that. You didn't disrespect me and all the boys over here doing our thing trying to make SmackDown the #1 show. You didn't do that." Booker T spits on the floor, looks back at Eddie, and says, "Yo, essay. Consider yourself insulted, sucker." And then Eddie immediately starts beating the fuck out of him.
That was verbatim, by the way.
Yeah,
That's not even
like that's literally what Booker T said. He called him an essay and said, "Consider yourself insulted." Wait a second.
after spitting.
Sucker.
Spit on the floor, bro.
He spit on the
spit
floor
on the
of
floor.
the SmackDown locker room. The locker room he has to stay at, by the way. But yeah, Eddie starts beating the fuck out of him. Everyone else in the locker room breaks it up. Somehow Booker T still has the towel on him the entire time.
Still.
Like, I don't even know, man.
He's
But
unbelievable.
yeah, after that we get to the Basham brothers against the Dudley Boys. Again, it's another one of those. I guess just all of these matches tonight were just showcase matches of the new people that are on SmackDown and everything. Like,
That's
none of them are meant
okay.
to be like anything crazy. It's
That's okay.
honestly the main reason that I wanted to review this episode was because of the Booker T shit, which carried this episode. We joke about this all the time, honestly. But yeah, Dudley Boys vs. Bashams, another casual showcase, whatever. Just tag team wrestling.
Devon looks huge.
Yeah. The Bashams do they try to do some twin magic type shit, but like it ends up not working out. The Dudleys end up doing the casual, like the flip flop and fly, the what's up, and then the 3D for the win. It's quite literally just if you've seen any Dudley Boys TV match, that's basically what this was. Yeah, just showcase on them. Seems to be everything cool. After that, they cut to backstage again, where Booker T is in Kurt Angle's office. He comes in, he says, "Hey, sucker, what you about to do about this Eddie shit, son? Cause I ain't about to sit here and be disrespected. Look, man, SmackDown, man, I hate SmackDown." Like, he says it from his gut. It feels like he actually means it. Like, you would think that Booker T really does not fuck with SmackDown at all.
He had real hatred.
I wonder just genuinely if he was like, you know, that mad genuinely because I lost the trips at Mania either a year ago or this year, and then they don't got nothing for me, so you're gonna put me on the B show. I'd be pissed too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, as much as like SmackDown is the better show from a viewing standpoint, it's still the B show.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Even though he goes on to have the run of his career on that
Yeah.
brand.
Oh no, like he made the best of what he had.
King
like,
of the
obviously.
Ring, world champion,
Incredible world title
US
run.
champion.
US champion. Probably had a tag title run in there.
I think so, yeah. He
got his
quite basically
his
did
wife
everything
cooking.
he deserved. Oh yeah, he did get her in the mix, didn't he? That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charmel got in there. Bruh. Like, not to say this was a good thing or whatever, he also made his whole TNA bag off that run. Because they basically just did King Booker and
it was
TNA.
basically just King Booker. That's a very good point.
Not a bad thing. That run was hard. So.
That's right. He would put his pinky up in the air for the pyro. That ruled. But yeah, Kurt Angle said he goes into like a really long explanation about how like, oh, Eddie's worn out because after WrestleMania, I beat the brakes off of him. So he might not respect you right now, but he will respect you when you're the WWE champion because tonight's main event is going to be Booker T versus Eddie Guerrero for the WWE title. Oh, it's true. Can you dig that? And Booker T's like, yeah, I can dig it. Makes you wonder. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say when he talks about 5-time Booker, like almost takes a second. And he points to himself and he's like, "Me?"
Yeah, like what?
I was like, "What?"
That's crazy.
Maybe I am the 5-time.
And like, bro,
crazy.
I'll talk about it when we get to the match. But yeah, after that, there's the Cruiserweight title on the line where it's Chavo Guerrero versus Spike Dudley.
Boo and boo.
Yeah. Chavo comes out with his dad, Chavo Sr., Chavo Classic. They eventually start calling him, which is awesome. I love that they started calling him Chavo Classic. The Dudleys, the Dudley boys, Bubba and Devon, they're still at ringside, actually, because you know that's his brother. All that junk Spike is.
True.
This is a solid match, I'd say. The trade hammerlocks to start. Chavo hides in the ropes, all that stuff. Spike ends up going for the Dudley dog, but it's broken up with a nasty looking bump onto the floor. But when Chavo Classic tries to like get involved in everything, Bubba and Devon end up scaring him away. They're back inside. Chavo puts on a seated abdominal stretch for like just a couple seconds before Spike gets free. He small packages him for a solid 2. Then he goes for a double stomp off the top rope. He goes for a gory bomb, but then it's reversed into a sunset flip for another 2. But then Spike ends up missing a missile drop kick. And from there, Chavo just hits the gory bomb for the win. It was a solid match for the Cruiserweight title, and you could tell that they were just like, yeah, just another showcase type thing where it's like, oh, this is Spike. This is his relations to the Dudleys, and this is also the guy that like we're building the Cruiserweight division around for a while before we bring in Gregory Helms to beat the fuck out of everybody for 385 days and be the motherfucking man. So yeah.
Watch and learn, boys. Watch and learn.
I could talk about Gregory Helms' run for days, bro. We end up cutting to a recap of the week before where the APA split up. Long story short, it was right when Paul Heyman was still like general manager and everything. He was just embarrassed by, I think, John Cena for like something. And the APA, of course, Bradshaw and Farouk, they're like joking at him backstage. They're like, haha, that shit, yada, 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 you got bitched, all that junk. And then Paul Heyman's like, hey, you guys have a WWE Tag Team title match against Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty tonight. And I suggest that you guys win. Because if you don't, then you're fired. He makes sure to like specifically look at Farouk when he says it too. Long story short, they don't win that match. And then afterwards, they go backstage and they're like, oh, I dare you, Paul. I dare you to fire us. Go ahead and do it. We dare you. We dare you. And then Paul Heyman's just like, I never said I was firing the APA. I said I was firing you, Farouk. And he basically just
Crazy.
He basically
Crazy.
just turns to Bradshaw and just starts glazing him up and everything too. Like, oh, I happen to know that you're a very successful financial businessman. You're on Fox News. You have your own radio show. You're a one-man conglomerate. All that jazz. So Farouk's like, man, fuck this. We don't need this. Let's get out of here. Bradshaw doesn't go with him. So Farouk is like, oh, come on, man. Don't tell me.
Why
Now,
would
after
he?
all these years.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be damned. He walks away, and JBL's like, "Come on, man! I can't just walk away from this because you said something stupid. We can't. This can't be what we doing." And Farouk just walks away, and it's like, "Come on, Ron!
Come on, Ron.
Can we still be friends at least?" Then it cuts back to present day.
That is the craziest line ever.
It cuts back to like the live show or whatever, where the music starts playing. It's the JBL music we know today, but it's like no intro, no bell ding, there's no ding 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 ding. It just starts off from there. Yeah, one of the best themes ever.
Such a good theme.
It's so good. He comes out in the suit, the white cowboy hat. He gets announced as John Bradshaw Layfield. The first time he gets announced as that.
Crazy. Go from middle name to full name. Not
Right?
even your first name. Your
Just-
middle name.
Just gets two more names just right then and
Unreal.
there.
Unreal.
He gets the mic. He says that he was horribly misunderstood the week before because he says that him and Farouk were up and down more roads than almost anyone. He says that he can't be held responsible for what happened, but because of Paul Heyman quitting and everything, technically he has all means whatsoever to get Ron Simmons' job back and like get the APA back in business. Crowd cheers and he's like, "But I'm not gonna do that." They boo immediately afterwards. He says
That's so nasty.
that's crazy.
That's so
ain't it?
nasty.
He says he's got all kinds of things going on. He's got a portfolio, he's got a book, he's got a radio show coming, and he makes appearances on Fox News. He can't give all that up, and no one who has what he has would give it up either. He says there's no right or wrong in society, but rather everybody's out to get something for themselves. He says people like him run industries and governments, and he sold anything but stock. He's never sold anything but stock, sorry. He succeeded in everything but wrestling, essentially, is his point. Because he thought that like his friendship with Farouk was better than like actually succeeding. But he says the impact is coming, and business is about to pick up. Yeah, it was just a solid promo, bro.
He also brings up
yeah.
talking about, God, this shit was so crazy.
Why did he say this?
I want to remind everybody it's 2004, and he talks about how some people on these shows come here and talk about terrorism. I come here as a hardworking American who only works in stocks, but I'm not here to talk about politics. I'm here to talk about my portfolio in wrestling. He starts talking about what HEEMA talked about, but I'm like, brother, 2004. Why are we talking about terrorism still?
It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years by this point.
I understand that at this point in time, we're still well into war and all that, awful shit, but
Dude,
my goodness, what is wrong?
To put it in perspective, Muhammad Hassan shows up in November of 2004.
Yeah.
So like, this is just scratching the surface, honestly. But that's the first JBL promo. It honestly does seem like the type of gimmick where it's like, oh, this is just gonna be like a mid-carder type dude. Like he's probably gonna be US title at best. Yeah, no. He ends up actually getting the WWE title like 2 months later, and ends up.
It was 2 months later.
Yeah, because he ends up facing Eddie at the next 2 pay-per-views, right?
I mean,
it's Judgment Day, where's the match where Eddie like bleeds like crazy. And then it's the rematch afterwards, where it's the bull rope match that JBL wins by technicality.
Yeah, and then they have the house show match where Eddie died.
Yeah.
So,
Sheesh.
yeah. Like, I guess that's kind of, I guess, when I saw Eddie was still champion, I'm like, this has got to be towards the end of his run and the end of his life. So, that was crazy. But yeah, I mean, this JBL run is crazy. It's unreal. He's such an unbelievable talker.
He's
which is
so
wild.
good at talking.
Because I mean, I've gone back and watched the APA stuff just because it's such a fun run, and even then, there's glimpses of him being very witty.
It
and,
makes
like,
you
very on the
wonder
dot.
why they didn't do more shit with him years beforehand. Because by this
I
point,
think-
he was in the company for like a long ass time, like
Probably
new generation. I think.
04, probably going on at least 5 years.
At least,
So-
yeah.
I mean, it's probably just you got to think too, though. Unless we're just talking about mid card, they had so many fucking people. They didn't really need
Yeah,
another
that's
guy,
true.
and then he just kind of got lucky that he was on SmackDown, and they kind of needed a heel. So-
maybe Paul Heyman was actually right. He
Bro,
might have
Paul did
actually
a-
been right.
Paul wrote SmackDown until he left the Fed.
That's a good
So-
point, actually.
So yeah, Paul did know.
The only reason you were WWE champion for a year is because Triple H didn't want to work Tuesdays. Oh,
This
fuck.
is also fucking fair and very fucking true.
Like, there might be actual truth to that, which is fucked up.
No, I think there is truth to that.
I
Yeah.
know
Like-
there's truth in that.
Yeah, like I don't think it's all that. I definitely think Hunter would have worked Tuesdays, but I know Vince did not want him to work Tuesdays. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's
Mhm.
a crazy statement.
Yeah, it's cut back
JBL's
to
wild.
cut back to Booker T going down backstage, getting ready for the main event match, him versus Eddie for the WWE World Title. Of all people to interrupt him before he gets backstage, Hardcore Holly walks up to Booker T, and he basically says like, "Yo, we don't want you here, boy. After Eddie gets done with
Crazy.
you, the whole rest of the locker room will be waiting for you."
Crazy.
And it's like him, Billy Gunn, Funaki, yada yada yada. Book. The
hey, I'm
funniest
all,
part of this.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was about to say I'm all for, locker room stability and keeping your guys with you, but ganging up on one man.
Bro, I was just about to mention this. This lineup is Hardcore Holly, Billy Gunn, and Funaki. Booker T didn't look threatened at all. He was just like,
I'm gonna crush all.
okay. And yeah, he just keeps on moving, just keeps on going over
Crazy.
to the stage where we get to the main event of the show. The WWE title is on the line. Eddie Guerrero versus Booker T. Oh no, he doesn't have that theme. He has the WWE original song. Can you dig it? Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah. Can you dig it? He has that one. And he walks out.
Oh,
Doesn't come out, doesn't do the pyro gimmick or anything. Bro walks out all business. He's ready to become the champion of the minor leagues, which honestly, I know that by this point Eddie held the title for like a month and a half. The champion of the
No.
minor league gimmick is so funny to me. I would have just pulled the trigger. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You're
you
also
lost me.
glazing.
I would have.
You're
I would
glazing.
have. Dude,
You're glazing.
dude. Tristan, back me up here. Back me up here.
he's not backing. You mean to
Come
tell
on,
me
Tristan, please.
Yeah, he's not, bro. He's not even.
he's not backing you, bro? 'Cause he
Dog,
knows
sorry.
you're wrong.
Like,
you're
look,
telling me that one? You're telling me that Booker T WWE title run as a heel champion of the minor leagues wouldn't have been hard?
no. It's hard, but not right now. Not against Eddie. Not after Eddie only had the title for a month and a half.
I don't know, man. I feel like him beating Brock Lesnar gave that run enough pull. And when you consider like he literally goes into a feud with JBL where the main thing that like gets done from that is him being busted open by JBL, and then he loses by technicality. Like,
I also think that his health had gotten so bad at that point that they were just gonna let him lose it anyway. But I don't know.
that's
I don't know
what
the
I'm
whole inside
saying.
of that.
Like,
but
I would
I
have
don't
just put it on Booker. That's just me. If I'm lying, I'm dying. But yeah, this was a solid match. You know, this is just
You're
like a solid
lying.
meetup. I am truthing, brother. Yeah, it's just like a solid feeling out process between them two. Eddie takes him down, but he starts getting punched in the corner. Snapmare sets up like a very early chin lock on Booker until he like hits a jawbreaker, gets out. He gets his own chin lock in, but it gets broken up pretty much just as fast. As the match goes on, they get backed up and everything. Eddie gets in a really nice looking drop kick. Eddie walks into a hot shot from Booker. They go to break, but then they come back and Eddie's in with another chin lock. A lot of these in this match. Eventually Booker gets very creative by instead locking in a sleeper hold. he ends up getting a cover in at some point, gets two.
Crazy.
He goes into the sleeper again. I promise you this match is better than I'm making it sound. Eventually Eddie gets a flapjack in to like try to get like a little breather going. He goes for a frog splash, but it's way too early, so like Booker T gets out and everything. He ends up hitting a superplex on Eddie for like pretty close to, honestly. Sheesh. He gets a side slam on Eddie, stays on his back, gets another chin lock in. I promise you this match was cool. I promise y'all it was good. He keeps on working on the back. He keeps on working on the back and everything. Eventually Eddie starts like getting fired up, gets some right hands in, gets a head scissors, but then when he tries to get a head scissors in, Booker ends up countering it into a bookend for a really, really close to. He gets a side kick as well, another two. Eddie ends up ducking the scissors kick he goes for and ends up getting the three amigos. He gets up, he gets ready to go for a frog splash, but then as he gets ready to go, JBL runs out, gets Eddie off, downs him with the clothesline from hell for the DQ. So technically the match ends by DQ and Booker never lost clean. It seemed like, yeah, it was definitely like I promised you all, it was a solid match. Like once they got past like all the chin locks and headlocks and sleepers and all that stuff, they eventually like settled down and had like a pretty solid thing. And like
It sounds like to me you don't appreciate real workers, real wrestlers.
I
real
appreciate real wrestling. Let's
Hey,
get
it
that
sounds like a
straight.
fire match to me. I like
Yeah.
chin locks.
Yeah, it was chill.
I like when they slow it down. Take it home, brother. Slow it down,
So-
take it home.
Again, I said that like Booker T would have been like a solid guy to I would have just had like him beat Eddie for the title. I wish that like if this was gonna be how they would have done it, I wish that they would have at least saved like this match, Booker and Eddie, for a pay-per-view. Because I feel like this definitely could have been like a pay-per-view main event match instead of like immediately just jumping right to Eddie versus JBL. But yeah, the show ends
That's
with
true.
Bradshaw laying out Eddie, and yeah, he's the next challenger, where he ends up facing him twice. One time within Judgment Day, which goes down as like probably one of the bloodiest endings to a match ever, where Eddie's just busted the fuck open. And then yeah, it's the next month at the Great American Bash, where they do a Texas bull rope match and JBL wins by technicality because his back hit the turnbuckle before Eddie slapped it. So yeah, that's how JBL ends up winning the title and keeping it until the next year's WrestleMania, one of the longest reigns in SmackDown history, where he loses and makes John Cena.
Crazy.
But yeah, that's pretty much SmackDown. Anybody has any final thoughts about that? Tristan, anything?
I've watched this episode like 10 times already. I got no thoughts.
Okay. Do you think that Booker T should have beat Eddie and became champion of the minor leagues? Please tell me.
You need
Please
to
tell
stop
me you agree with
glazing.
this.
Actually, don't. Because I actually went to SmackDown after that when he went at the Cena for the US title.
Okay.
So
okay.
I would have not changed any timeline about 2004 Booker T.
That's a very good point, because his US title run was very good. That's a good point. I guess if anything with like Booker's run, damn, I don't even know about this one, because like I feel like I would have liked him beating JBL for the title like at Survivor Series of that year, because he had like a crazy wave of momentum, almost similar to like the type he had when he was facing Triple H. But also when I consider like if that happened, then it wouldn't have led to like Cena ending up beating JBL for it, unless JBL would have just beat him back like the next month or something, which would have made it stupid. Yeah, it's crazy. It seemed like there's a lot of like, that's why I hate thinking about stuff like that with the benefit of hindsight, because it's like if one thing doesn't happen, or like if one thing were to be changed, then automatically it's like, oh, this next thing can't happen then, like by that point. So it's like, yeah. Seems like there's kind of a lot of those for Booker in his case.
That's why with my other shit that I do, it's hard to watch TNA, because it's like you want everything to just go the way you want it to, because fuck, that shit was not good.
Yeah.
Keep it 100.
It was not
I don't care. Y'all want to do what I do, go back and watch TNA 2005 week by week.
No.
Not
no.
I'm not talking about just the hits. I'm not talking about Daniel Styles and Joe. I'm talking about watch
television.
Raven and Larry Zbyszko. I'm talking about AMW and the fucking oh my god, what the fuck? BG James and fucking Kip James.
Oh, you mean the Voodoo
James
Kid
game.
Mafia?
Yeah, the James game doing blackface on TV. Y'all want to watch that every week?
Hey, look.
Nah, actually.
As somebody who has made slight appearances on the other show, that's what Eddie Kingston said. The other show.
The other show.
Yeah. That ain't it.
But shit like this, much better to go back and watch.
Yeah,
because it's enjoyable. There's some shit that's actually good on this shit.
Yeah, who would have thought?
I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm not even a WWE writer or anything like that. I prolifically state I don't really even like the WWE that much. But man, fuck. The rose-colored glasses do not hit for this.
Not at all.
But it's
not
just good shit. What's it called? So, there was one thing I wanted to bring up before we talk about the Rumble.
Okay.
So this shit's hilarious because I just checked it and I didn't know this is a ringside news thing, so it's really not as big of a deal as I thought. But this ringside news shit about Naomi is fucking hilarious because I thought it was a Fightful thing. Like, her original tweet was about Fightful saying that she was talking to WWE again and they were coming together about a new contract, and she was like, nah, this is fucking fake.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, Fightful's done. Then she was like, then Sean Ross Sapp was like, this screenshots from ringside, not our site. And she said, apologies understood. I originally was like, I wonder if Naomi is working and she's just gonna show back up at Rumble anyway.
That would be so
now,
funny.
Low key, I think she just low key is just
done.
I just think that she going to AEW or she'll show up to Sasha. Cause like, I don't think you can go. I don't know, man. Like, if it were me, Naomi would have already been in the bloodline like 5 months ago.
Yeah,
because she would be dope in there. I know a lot of people don't like that idea. They think it's just kind of throwing like people of color together, but I genuinely think like
she's literally married to the dude in the group. She's literally their family.
Sorry, so as a fan of the show Total Divas, and I say that wholeheartedly. That's
so
John.
Good. It's so good.
John
they
is
were the
Trinity's
best part
husband.
of the show.
John is Trinity's husband in my book. That is Trinity's husband, John Fatu. So
the best part of the show.
Yeah, no, legitimately the best couple. But yeah, I think that she would have been fire there. But it sounds like, I mean, shit, her going to AEW would be cool if they do her right. Like, she legit should get pushed big and hard. I wouldn't mind her being Jamie.
I was gonna say, would you have her beat Jade?
Yeah, I would have her beat Jade. I would also have her beat Jamie. I think people forget how damn good Naomi is. Her SmackDown Women's title run was very, very good.
Very underrated.
Very underrated. I think it was I think it's one of the runs that, at least for me, was like, in the moment, I think people actually appreciated it a lot, but then it got kind of lost in the fold. At least to me, because I loved that run. She lost to
Natalia.
That's the worst part of that.
That's why
Like,
people don't remember it.
Yeah, and again, I understand. Natty hadn't had she didn't had anything since the Divas title or whatever. But all right, all right,
No, bro.
Okay.
all right.
No, bro.
That's a decision. Could have had
Yeah.
lose
bad
to
one.
Sasha Banks or even Alexa Bliss or fuck. I don't even like her, but Charlito.
Yeah.
Fuck, Natty. My goodness, unbelievable.
Crazy.
Fucking crazy.
But yeah, I think the last thing we're gonna go ahead and do, or I guess the second to last thing, is because we're not talking about any other weekly wrestling shows. Fuck that.
Hell no.
I guess before we get into the Rumble predictions, the first thing we do want to mention is just like the shit from SmackDown with Roman and Sammy, pretty much. I guess long story short, do you guys want me to take that one, or do one of you guys want to take it?
Up to you.
I'm cool.
Man, you the host.
You are the host.
This is
Mr.
true.
Host.
Damn. Okay, so long story short, simply put, Reigns and Sammy have like a little backstage whatever where Roman's like, I know everything's wrong and whatnot. Like you I saw last week you didn't look happy when the Usos attacked Kevin. What's going on with you? Be honest with me. And one thing I liked about it was that Sammy like was basically saying, "Oh, I'm fine, and Roman's like, "Nah, nigga, you not slick. I know you're lying. I saw the show. Like, what's the problem?"
Crazy.
And Sammy's just like, "Dude, you sent me to handle this Kevin Owens problem, and like I literally faced him. I literally pretty much had him beat, and then the Usos come in and like do all that stuff. Like I didn't know that was the plan. It felt like I was like kind of just being used at that point and everything. Like he literally uses the word used. He mentions how like Kevin Owens said that he was using him and everything, and he was basically this close to saying that he felt like they were using him and whatnot. And Roman just responds by saying, "Get out." Sam was like, "What?" Roman's like, "Get out. If I gotta tell you every little detail, I gotta run shit upon you as if like you're the guy that needs to be told stuff like you're me or something like that. I gotta do stuff with your approval. Just get out. Wise man, get him out." And then they Paul's like, "Bro, like leave. Like you gotta go. Roman doesn't want to see you right now." Another seg later where like Roman's still just watching the show, just sitting in his chair.
Just post it up.
Yeah, just post it up. Paul's like, "Are you sure? You're cool with the idea?" He says specifically, "I've hated Sammy since day damn one. But are you sure this is like what you want to do?" I think the exact quote he says, and you guys could correct me if I'm wrong.
Can I take
Go
this
for
one?
it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Sorry, as Mr. Paul Heyman, dangerously stand number 95 on Twitter. Definitely is my
And
handle.
And Reddit.
And Reddit. Oh, I'm on cagematch.com.
Oh nah.
The SmackDown Hotel. I'm all
He's on
I'm all
No
over the
DQ?
place. No DQ.
Yeah, he's
Cultaholic. I used to be on WCPW.
Oh
No,
fuck.
I'm kidding.
Right.
But no, like this is my guy. This popped me heavy because he says, "Would it not be better to have Sami Zayn pissing out of the tribal? What is it? The island?
Castle.
The castle? Well, he calls it the island, or what does Roman call it?
The island of relevancy.
The island of relevancy.
Mhm.
Than to have him outside the island and pissing into it? A word for thought, my tribal chief. And like, for those that don't know, my favorite WWE documentary. I'm a big documentary guy. I don't know why. I highly recommend y'all go watch Heyman's doc. He said when Vince brought him back to manage Brock in 2013, 11, something like that.
12, something like
12. Yeah, literally the one year I didn't name. Sick.
that.
He said it's better to have Paul Heyman pissing out of the castle being in the castle than having him on the outside pissing in. So he literally used Vince's own line on him against him, which I thought, like, nobody will understand that but, like, 5 people, including myself. So that popped me. But also, like, again, Heyman being the wise man, he's right. It's best to have this one tool on your side, because why not have him? I mean, Sammy's...
Especially if he's facing Kevin Owens, who literally has, like, over a decade's worth of history with Sami Zayn. Like, for a long time, I feel like people have been saying, like, oh, why is Paul Heyman with them at this point? He doesn't need to be with them. And, like, by and large, to an extent, they are kind of right. But also, like, he's literally the dude that calms Roman down. He's like the plot device that literally, like, ties everything together tonight here.
It's funny because he's the, like, the traditional, like, devil on one shoulder, angel on one shoulder. He's just them, but he's combined, and he's just a big walrus Jewish man. And he's just like, no, my tribal chief, calm down.
I'm
Everything's
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, he's also fucking terrified at the same time. It's hilarious.
I'm sorry, but you immediately broke me as soon as you said devil. You immediately had me lost as soon as you said devil.
I don't want to talk about that show this week, MrHEEMA.
No,
I don't
we're
want
not doing this.
I don't want to talk about that.
We're not going to. We're just gonna skip along.
Okay.
So, long story short, Sammy gets back into Roman's locker room, and Roman's like, "Yeah, whatever. Sorry, yada yada yada." They basically just like make amends and everything, and by this point, it's very clear that like they're just tagging Sami Zayn along at this point, just because like they can, especially given like Kevin Owens and like that whole history, whatever thing. I like that they kind of like. Go ahead.
I just have a feeling that during the match, Sammy will try to hurt Kevin, and he'll hurt Roman. I don't think Kevin's gonna win, but something will happen where it's not Sammy's fault. But Roman will just lose his shit and like he'll beat Kevin, or maybe there will be a DQ or something, and then he'll just kill Sammy.
Oh, you think they're turning on Sammy at Rumble?
I think that's what's finna happen. But y'all can tell me what y'all think. That's just how it sounds to me, based off the site.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either if they turn on him at Rumble.
Unless if they really want to full blown go the Sammy winning the Rumble thing, which I don't know if they are based on
I don't think
this whole other thing I will talk about when we get to the Rumble.
Yeah,
but like I don't know, man. Like I just don't know what they finna do, because if they just want to do the Owens Sammy last tag run thing, it's cool with me. At this point, I would like for him to win the Rumble over everybody else, which is a crazy thing to say, but for me anyway. But yeah,
I have a crazy hot take regarding Sami Zayn. Like, okay. I know that a lot of people will not agree with this at this point. I don't even know if I would want to have Sammy and Kevin win the tag titles at this point. And I say that because like earlier in like the whole story with Sammy and the bloodline and whatever, I understood like the reason why they like thought that would have made sense and everything, because like by that point the story really was like Sammy and Jay essentially. And you could argue that like it sort of kind of like is slightly, but like not really. They've literally shifted the story to where like the dynamic here is Sammy and Roman. Not to mention like the whole thing is Sammy doesn't want to be involved with that nigga Kevin anymore, son. Like he's literally said like, oh, we've been tethered together in names for too long now, and I don't want my name to be tied in with that motherfucker anymore. So I feel like the idea of having like them band together and get the tag titles and everything, it really kind of like,
I mean, that's fair.
Makes a bit of a mockery of like that whole shit beforehand, especially given they've literally shifted the story to where it is Sammy and the world champion by this point. So I don't know. It feels to me like at this point, they're kind of more so trying to like set up Sammy and Roman more so than like Sammy and Jay or Sammy and the Usos or Sammy and anybody else. So I feel like at this point in the trip, having this story end with Sammy and Kevin winning the tag titles wouldn't really like be as much of like a payoff as people say it is. I feel like they just want it at this point because like they like Sammy and Kevin, and because they have history, they would make good tag champions. That's me. Though.
Not only do I feel what you're saying, this isn't really like a hot take, but now that I'm just like sitting, I sat and I actually thought about this like the last time we were watching this shit in BC. The idea of Sammy winning like the WWE or like the world, I don't know what they like that whole splitting the belt.
Yeah.
That whole splitting the belt thing. I don't know. I'm just not even gonna get into that. I'm not doing that. But let's just say, okay, it was about like both the belts keeping like Sami Zayn winning them isn't as crazy as it once was. Just off of like you gotta understand. Specifically, I'm not even about to glaze Triple H. I'm not gonna do that. But like when you think about it, and I know this is going to sound like a reach, but I just need y'all to just hear me. That Daniel Bryan run was looking like it was never going to happen.
Yeah, no, that I agree with.
Eventually, they just couldn't.
They couldn't not do it. Yeah,
exactly. They just could not do it, and I think we're very slowly getting to a point to where Sammy is just getting so much love. Like it doesn't matter the segment he comes out, he still gets cheered. Like Sammy is still like people love Sammy. Sammy is getting a lot of love and a lot of attention, and I think it's kind of hard to like ignore. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like
if it's gonna keep building up like this, and if they keep building it up, it's gonna be a point where it's like you can't not do something.
I mean,
like this.
I think I said it here last week. I would be all like, again, I'm Cody Rhodes super fan, whatever the fuck you want to call me, but like with the way they built him, I don't care no more. I'm cool with Seth, but this whole Sammy thing, if Sammy would build himself up and then at WrestleMania come out like the clean shaven, like almost NXT type guy where he brings all his whole look together, the whole dichotomy of Sami Zayn comes together, and like that's how he wins the WWE title.
Honestly,
it works for me.
Honestly, I wouldn't even do it at Mania. They're gonna be in Montreal the month beforehand.
No,
nah, he's losing at Mania for sure.
He's losing at Mania, bro. Let's keep it 100.
If he loses,
no, absolutely. Like,
yeah,
if he's gonna lose, it's gonna happen at Mania.
That's definitely the time to bring him out, though.
Me being a very, very, very big Sami Zayn fan, as you guys know, if they want the most pop, they would do it at Montreal. But
I disagree. I still think the pop will be bigger at Mania. As much as like that's his hometown.
Nah,
we're talking about LA Mania.
Again, is it crazy? Yes, it's still crazy, but it's not as crazy as it once was. Like,
yeah.
Again, this may sound like a reach. Nobody was ever thinking we were going to get a Kofi Kingston WWE title run.
This is very true.
I bet back in the day, nobody thought that Mankind, Mick fucking Foley, was gonna beat The Rock for the WWE title as well. Like,
and again, like, personally at this point, I love Roman. I really do. But the writing is on the wall for me. I can't sit here and talk about shit. Like, at least he shows up to TV. He's not Brock. But at the same time, like, I'm getting tired. Like, yeah, the Bloodline is, like, the one thing I really watch NXT for that isn't Gunther. But, like, did I say NXT? I meant
said
SmackDown.
NXT, yeah.
My bad.
You're good.
But, like, shit, man.
Imagine Roman on NXT. That'd be bonkers.
That'd be hard.
Even the full 5-minute entrance walking down that little ass stage.
What is the WWE Universal Champion doing here?
Oh my god, Booker T on commentary for Roman Reigns.
What is he doing here?
What is the tribal chief, the head of the table, doing on NXT, son? Oh my god. I acknowledge you. Yeah. Yeah.
I acknowledge you, my tribal chief.
Yeah.
Hard.
Like,
I kind of want to see that.
Okay, Tristan,
He should beat Braun.
that would be hard. Not gonna lie, I
That'd
agree.
be awesome.
Tristan, do you have any opinions on this Sammy shit before we get into Rumble picks? Do you think that we're glazing? Do you think?
I got a crazy Rumble pick, and y'all gonna call me so crazy, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
Oh, I have ideas for the Rumble for sure. Like I have people who I think could win it for sure.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about
Oh, he just means
appearances.
for the whole card.
Oh, appearances?
Oh yeah. We're doing
Oh no,
that as
I don't
well.
care about the card, but I mean, yeah, we can. But I'm just saying like people showing up and people who could win.
Mhm. It sound like Tristan got no opinion.
Tristan either doesn't care
Or
or
bro's
he's not
knocked.
gonna be here no more.
I mean, granted, it is like 2 a.m. where he is.
Hey, we'll know Tristan's here right now by saying Tristan is Viper Bill's #1 most notable.
That is true.
That's
Actually,
very true.
He's not here.
this isn't a bit. This is actual. This is facts. This is real life.
I mean,
Tristan,
here,
don't
do
say
we-
anything if that's true. There you go.
There you go. Viper
100%
Bill's
guaranteed.
#1, Tristan.
Hey, we doing the same. We doing the same layout. Just
Yeah.
put Viperville on his box, like right, like. I think he was off the top of my
I think
head.
he's next to you.
He's like right
He's
there.
bottom
wasn't he?
left.
Yeah.
He's bottom left.
Bottom
Put
left.
Viperville right there on his box. Put it right there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
He's
brother.
gonna
That's 2 edits. I'm gonna hold you to them, by the way.
That's
Yeah, oh God.
We're finna
So
watch
look-
for an hour and a half just to make sure.
Promise you, I am. So look,
Yeah.
are we before we get to the unsurprises? Are we go do like a thing of like possible surprises?
I mean, people I think will show up. You know, obviously, man, they fucked up this Cody shit so fucking bad, and they
Okay.
treated it like Edge or whatever.
I
think we have to
thought
address
about
that
it.
first.
I thought about it, and I see it less as like Edge 2 years ago. I see it more of like Triple H in 02. Except
Yeah,
he's not
agreed.
gonna win. Because like they've
See,
been
that's
hyping
the-
it up
that's
with like
the
all
shitty thing
the
now.
beautiful
It's
day
like-
type things and whatnot.
Like,
and like yeah,
again, I would be cool with Cody winning. I know a lot of people aren't. I'm cool with
I don't
Cody
mind.
winning.
I don't
Yeah,
mind.
I want Cody to get his run. I know it's Roman. I personally am just selfishly wanting to see Cody Rhodes cut promos against Roman Reigns because that sounds like the most stupid,
It sounds so dumb.
nonsensical.
It would
It
be
sounds
so
like
dumb.
it sounds like peak wrestling entertainment to me because we're gonna be hearing from, man, I don't give a damn about you. You ran away from the competition, little boy. And I ran and I made a company for myself. Lip bite.
I revolutionized the wrestling business. You revolutionized a table. We are talking about a table versus a dynasty, a table versus a legacy, a table versus a revolutionary.
I
There's a
just
bunch
know
of
that
crazy shit.
I just know that Roman would say some shit about Stardust, and then he'd be like, "Well, and then Cody would just be
Stardust
like,
line and it's over.
yeah," but Cody would just be like, "Well, at least I didn't wear contacts and get booed while I was supposed to be cheered. Oh wait, I did that too." Or some shit like that. He would definitely say,
Bro,
He's gonna
he
mention the
would-
suffer and succotash promo. Is what he's gonna
"Oh,
do.
he'll be like, hey, at least I was a suffering succotash." With his lisp and everything.
Nah,
Suffering succotash.
Cody's gonna be like, well, at least I never struggled with having these people behind me when I was supposed to be the
Oh
guy.
my fucking
And Roman-
Wait a
God.
minute. Wait a
Roman's
minute.
gonna be like, are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure?
Hey, look,
You're John Cena.
are you ready for my Royal Rumble?
Yeah, now we're
Crazy
getting
man
into
take.
Yeah,
now we're
yeah,
getting
let's-
into some
let's-
Royal Rumble predictions
All right, look.
because a week from tomorrow, next Saturday, is the Royal Rumble. We'll be recording after that, so you know this is the last.
I was about
show
to say
before
we
the
should
Rumble.
definitely do it. We should definitely do the Rumble like as the main show next week.
Yeah.
Do it after the Rumble is the move. We're gonna all be tired of shit, but it'll be fine.
Hey man,
Hey.
we're tired now. Tristan's
Hey, look.
asleep.
True.
I'm awake.
Oh, Viperville's very own. I'm awake.
Oh man.
Hey, so wait.
Hey,
God.
look. For my first surprise entrant, let me get the boogeyman again.
Hard.
I can see it. I can see
And for
it.
my
can see
second
it.
one, give me Kota Ibushi.
Oh, wow.
You're
Fuck.
absolutely crazy.
Nah, you're bonkers. You're
I would
different.
lose my mind.
Oh my
That would
god.
be crazy.
Could you imagine?
Bro, look, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, it's not happening, but it could happen.
It could happen.
In another dimension.
Imagine, what's his name? Imagine, Cody comes out, you know, big Cody guy. We know he's coming out. Then all of a sudden we hear whatever his theme was in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Hard.
Hey man, he said he wanted to wrestle like 5 fed dudes again. That's what he said in the interview.
No, did he? You said that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
he
dead
did.
serious. It was like a little
I-
link.
I
He
will
was-
say on Coda, it's still hilarious to me that he's just waiting to see what Kenny's finna do, and I really think,
Hey, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. Triple H gonna make the call. Hey, Coda.
Hey
I
Coda.
tell you what, you come to the Royal Rumble. In about 6 months, I'm gonna call your boyfriend.
I know that he would say that shit too. I know he would say that shit too.
I'll
This
call
is-
your
That is the
boyfriend.
insane sentence.
This is the chess move. This is one big
It's
chess
a
move.
chess
Because
move.
then guess what?
He gets
You're
Coda in the
crazy.
Rumble and then
He
in the
gets
company
Coda.
so he could get Kenny.
And then the Young Bucks come.
Oh my
And it's
fucking
just a-
god!
This is how it happens. This is the
All-
chess move.
Look, all I'm finna say is
The first piece of the puzzle.
This is Kota Ibushi is the first piece of the
I-
puzzle.
look again personally. At least just this is just me. Like this is what I want. I want Kenny. I don't want him to re-sign with AEW because personally, at least we all said it when this whole Lucha shit was happening, like this whole feud. He literally carried in every match, and this man just came back from being injured.
Yeah.
I legit
Yeah.
would write him in the storyline being like, y'all suck. I had to carry. I did not lose these trios titles. Y'all lost them. And then just walk out the company. And then either let him go back to New Japan because he was fucking going
Dude,
mad stupid crazy over
he beat
there.
the fuck out of Will Ospreay for like 40 minutes.
Shit was hard. Or, yeah, the wing, bruh. Talk about it. But yeah, or fuck it. Why not? Let's just, let's just get him in the Fed. One like
What a
solid
fucking chess move it would be.
a
for
2-year
Triple H
Kenny
to
Omega
sign
Fed run.
Kota Ibushi, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega. Like, what the
Mm.
fuck?
This is a this is the chess move, okay? And then the Kenny and the Young Bucks, they go see Cody, they gonna be like, hey, fuck you, dude.
And then we finally get
Remember us?
Cody versus the Elite again.
Again.
Crazy. I think I know this is gonna sound like glazing. The more I think about it, the more I really do think that Jay finna show up at the Rumble. And I know people are like, "Oh, well, he has dates in Japan." Bro, Carl Anderson literally worked Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
the door is open. It don't fucking matter no more, which is
I-
awesome
yeah.
in my opinion. So I think if Jay finna go
Hey.
somewhere, it's either AEW or WWE. I know it's cringy, but the thought of Jay White showing up on SmackDown, going up to Roman Reigns and saying, it's the Switchblade era on SmackDown sounds so awful, yet so Jay White at the same time. So I'm all about it. But yeah, I don't know. I think Jay's like my big surprise guy. My big surprise winner, which I don't even think it's a surprise. I think Stone Cold could win the Rumble, which I don't like at all. But
Really?
I really think that they could let Stone Cold win the Rumble, and I think if they really that desperate to make some shit out of it, I don't think this is what they should do. But I think honestly, they so big on Steve after him and Kevin last year. You little,
No,
little-
That's a
don't-
very
no.
bold
I
take.
don't-
Yeah.
I never said it's what I wanted. I'm just saying it would not surprise me, and that's a bad thing. But here's my question: would y'all rather have Rocky win the Rumble and beat Roman, or would y'all rather have Stone Cold win the Rumble and beat
Rocky.
Roman?
Rocky.
Y'all want Dwayne to hold the belt again? Or
Yeah.
really just
More than Stone Cold.
I guess I would pick The Rock over Stone Cold just of like narrative purpose.
Lesser of two evils. Yeah.
fair.
But like
I think
that,
narratively, yeah, but
him, I still have
it sucked.
PTSD. I still have PTSD of him beating CM Punk, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm-
that rock run.
And I'm not a CM Punk fan at all.
Hey, I
That's-
lived it. We all lived it, I'm pretty sure, and that shit was awful. That
It
run,
sucked.
excluding him playing the guitar for Vicky again, that run was awful. And like shit, I even liked Twice in a Lifetime. Like the two matches I thought were fine. I didn't think they needed to be WrestleMania main events, but that's me kind of hating a little bit on Dwayne. So but yeah, I think so. I think that's like my sleeper men's pick to win it all. Hot take, cold take, whatever you want to
So-
whatever you want to say it.
If I'm keeping notes here, our two surprise appearances are Kota Ibushi and Jay White. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's hard. Flim, who's your surprise? Throw a name out there.
I've got a few. I've got a few in mind.
Oh,
I've got
he's
a
got
few
a
in
few.
mind. I've got a few in mind for each Rumble, actually.
Yeah.
I guess for the women, the first name that I immediately think of is I think they're gonna do the Mickey James shit again.
I was
Where
gonna
they
say
have
that.
her come out as Impact Knockouts champion or Impact Women's champion, as they
Again.
called her last year. That's the only real one that I have for the women. As far as the men, I got a few names that I'd like to see. First off, it's been long enough. I need to hear it just one more time. Mr. Kennedy!
He hates
No.
WWE. He
Especially-
hates them.
Especially now that Triple H is in charge.
Why are you looking at it?
Kennedy!
Oh, I hate you. You are a glazer. I
This
have
is
a
so
signed figure of Ken Anderson and Kurt Angle right there that's all blurred out.
Listen.
You're glazing though.
Listen.
Glazing.
I think that they could move past whatever for a one-off appearance for the Rumble, bro.
I don't.
I just want it one
No.
time. Just one
Bro.
time for the one time.
Okay. That does remind me of two things. One, I saw Chris Masters of all people say, "I will not be at the
Oh, that's not
WWE Royal
fucking
Rumble."
happening.
One, Chris Masters sucks. Don't
Yeah.
care what y'all say. Two, that's just hilarious.
It's very funny.
The other one, misterHEEMA's favorite wrestler, Matt Cardona, filed for
Shut
Zack
the
Ryder
fuck up.
again.
No.
So, I think that at the Rumble we finna hear,
No.
"Oh,
no,
radio,
no.
tell me
Oh my God.
everything
Oh
you
my
know."
god.
I
Oh my
literally
god.
saw a tweet saying that he filed the trade. He's showing
Yeah,
up. He's showing
he's
up.
showing
Dude.
up. He's
He's
at
showing-
least showing up for one night. I would love to see him come back personally as a
I would
fan.
punch my mic. I would punch my mic like as hard as I possibly could. I would punch
I-
it.
Troll. I promise you, this is not a troll. I'm like 60% serious. He's coming back at the Rumble.
I can't wait for when I start to work in
I
the
would-
business and I meet him and I'm like,
Mm.
"Hey, can you sign this for my friend misterHEEMA? He's your biggest fan."
I would tear
And
it
then
into
just give
pieces.
it.
I would tear it into
Yeah, I
pieces.
know you would. I
I'd
know you
tear
would.
it into pieces.
I know
I'll
you
set it
would,
on
but I'd
fire.
still get it for you. I would still get it for you.
I would set that bitch on fire. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But I do know that Chelsea's coming back. I wonder if Chelsea come back at the Rumble.
Oh yeah,
To no
probably.
reaction, but
Probably.
you know, that's one.
Some of the picks that I have as far as like NXT goes, I think that Braun Breaker is definitely going to be in the men's Rumble.
I don't want Melo to be in it. I think Melo should go next year. If
I
that
think
makes
he-
any sense.
I think he might be in it for the sole reason of eliminating Braun from the men's Rumble.
That could be cool. If they do it like that, I'm cool. But like at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't. They're already doing the feud with Grayson, so I don't know.
Yeah,
If, like
yeah,
you know,
we'll see.
but those are the NXT guys. I think
Mhm.
Cora and Roxanne should definitely do.
oh,
the
for
Rumble.
sure, for sure.
I would be cool with Tiffany, but I don't know if they rock with her like we do. So
Yeah. A sleeper pick that I have for not winning the Rumble, but just like showing up. Just because I feel like you guys are gonna say the same shit that I said about Mr. Kennedy, but I would love to see Ken Shamrock with his
that'd be hard.
ripped ass
That'd be
show
hard.
up for the fucking Rumble, bro. Like, dude,
I like Ken Shamrock, so
Ken Shamrock rules, bro. I don't know what the issue he ever had with WWE was when he left, but like, bro, talk about a guy who should have got so much more.
One I was thinking about, but obviously can't happen because what happened last week. I would have liked to see Santino. Santino's always not for the women though. I don't need
Just
to see
the men's,
Santino no more. But not like Santino just coming out doing the snake,
Bro,
getting out, going
did you
home.
guys,
Cool.
I'm never gonna get another chance to talk about this. You guys know that, like, apparently, according to Mike Chioda, Vince was like, when it was the chamber match in 2012, when it was him and Brian. Apparently, Vince was like seconds away from just calling an audible and having Santino win. Yeah. There's a universe somewhere in space where Vince calls an audible and Santino Marella in the 2012 Elimination Chamber beats Daniel Bryan and wins the World Heavyweight Championship and goes into WrestleMania as World Champion. Which sounds crazy as fuck when you think about it. But when you also think for another second about how literally that was the year where the World Heavyweight title match was in 18 seconds, it's not too far off to think about Santino being in that position.
Honestly, I can see it.
Like, imagine they do like a triple threat elimination match or some shit. Santino loses, he gets like the first one eliminated in 18 seconds, and then Sheamus just beats Bryan and wins the title.
No,
and then,
Sheamus would have just, it literally would have been the exact same match, but
he just beats him in 18 seconds.
Santino wouldn't have kissed anybody. It might have been shorter.
I think he would have tried to. No, he would do the Cobra.
Cobra runs into a bro kick and then just loses.
No. Sheamus would have bro kicked the Cobra off the hand, and Santino would have like started crying or something. Oh no, my Cobra! And then Sheamus would have just bro kicked him. That would have actually been fucking funny,
dude. Like,
what a great finish that would have been.
Because it's like I've watched this ending like recently. You could literally see, like, at the ending of the match, obviously he hits the Cobra on Bryan, he gets the near fall, the crowd loses their shit. Bryan immediately gets him into the little bell lock afterwards. Santino, as he's in the lock, he grabs it, he starts like pulling it down and goes like, ah, the crowd starts losing their mind, commentary's losing their mind. You could tell, like, with the way that it looks, you could tell that Vince was probably in the back losing his fucking mind directing the match. Like, if he had just kept doing that for like a couple more seconds, Vince probably would have called an audible and Santino probably would have been world champion. Which means that Santino would have been a Grand Slam champion.
That's a crazy thought.
That's a nuts thought.
Before Mike the Miz, before
everybody.
Randy Orton, before
dude,
what other
like,
Grand Slam champions are there?
John Cena isn't a Grand Slam champion. Think about that.
Nope. No
Santino would have beaten him before then. He would have beaten the Shield while they were still in NXT.
Oh my fucking god! Please shut up,
dude. I'm just saying, like, bro, he would have eclipsed all of them, bro.
All right, who are your others? If you have any more, HEEMA, before we go to Tristan.
I think if there's anybody else, they're not gonna do this, but I think it would be funny as fuck if they just had Rikishi in one, just cause. Like, I feel like they would
That'd be hard.
I think they'd give Rikishi that payday. They would give him that payday.
Rikishi's fun. I mean, when it comes to like legends, I'm trying to think of like guys who we could see come back. Like,
yeah,
man, I got this weird. I heard somebody talk about, it won't happen because I think Austin's gonna be in the Rumble, and that's like your Texas pop.
Oh, Sean.
So yeah, that's like the one I heard about. And I was like, man, I already
I doubt it.
hate everything about this Saudi bullshit.
Yeah, I never want to see him in the ring again.
I haven't seen it, and I don't even. I just don't.
I watched it.
Yeah,
I watched it.
I'm sorry, but no, thank you.
As far as
I don't need to see Hickenbottom in the ring.
As
No,
far
he
as who I
knocked
see
Kane's
winning
mask
the
off.
Rumble, oh fuck, damn it.
Oh, so nasty.
As far as who I see winning the Rumble, I would have to say either Cody, Sammy, or Seth.
I agree. I feel like it's
Those
those
really
three.
the only choices.
Yeah.
It's those three. I do
have
think-
another surprise name, actually. Now that
Okay.
it just came to mind. It's another case where it's not gonna fucking happen, but like, imagine the timeline where somehow, some way, Big E were to enter the Royal Rumble.
I mean, I heard that talked about too, and he said his next checkup is in March.
Yeah, it's in like March or April. So like,
Yeah,
it's literally
so-
not practical for it to happen. But like, that'd be
Yeah.
fucking crazy. Wade Barrett's definitely gonna be in it though, right? Like, they're
I
definitely
think
doing
I
that
think
commentary
I think
spot.
I mentioned it last week. Yeah, where he'll just the dunna 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 that fucking hard ass theme.
He pulls his suit. He pulls his vest.
There's
he
the
just has
fucking
full
full
hair.
hammer. Yeah. Oh,
Boom!
that popped me heavy. He'd be like,
Oh my
"Well,
God.
Michael, it's time for me to go."
I'm
tell
afraid I
bad
got
news."
some bad news.
Oh, so hard. Shout out
Oh
my
my
man,
God.
Bad News Barrett.
Shout
Wade
out,
Barrett's so
yeah.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you would have been healthy, you would have been WWE champion. You absolute fucking
Dude.
beauty.
He would have won Money in the Bank in 2012, I'm sure.
Yeah. Nah, I fucking love Wade Barrett.
But Tristan, how about you? Who do you
Yeah.
think is gonna be surprise people in the Rumble? Who do you think is gonna win?
Keeping a beam, I do not expect surprises in the men's rumble.
what
I
about
legit-
women?
You have a good reason not to expect that.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
do you have a reason?
They have a lot of people. They brought back a lot of people anyway. They don't
Women's, I feel like half of them is going to be the main roster, half of them is going to be NXT.
I feel like
Hmm.
I don't know. I think the one I want will never happen, but I just want AJ to come back one more time. I need to hear "Light It Up" one more time. That's it.
You think
I
that
don't-
WoW
I know she
contract- you
won't
think
come
that WoW
back.
contract's gonna allow it?
No,
You
But-
don't think WoW's gonna give her a break?
no, but it would be really cool. It's better than anything that's going on over there, and I've watched a couple episodes of WoW. It is not good. It is really, really bad.
As for the winners, I got the same 3 winners, but is this one person I'm definitely keeping my eye on.
Who?
Drew, for some reason, keeps popping up
No.
in mind, bro. It's like,
No,
every-
we do not need Drew again.
bro, it's like every
I wouldn't
spoiler.
be surprised.
It's like every spoiler I have seen, it's Seth versus Cody or Drew for the WWE title. Like, Drew's a SmackDown guy, so why the fuck did he
Right.
go after that?
I
Right.
think it depends on like. So long story short, for those who were like paying attention to like shit that we did or didn't review, SmackDown's doing like a tag team title tournament or whatever, and like Drew and Sheamus are one of the teams in it. I guess if they get eliminated like this next episode of SmackDown or something like that, maybe. Because I
Look,
imagine they
man.
wouldn't have Drew work both. If he ends up.
Look, man,
Yeah.
I've said it before. I will say it again. If they were finna pull the trigger on Drew, it should have been a Clash of the fucking Castle when he came out to the half. That's also when I knew he wasn't winning because he didn't come out to Broken Dreams. He came out to the half intro into.
To be fair, that intro was so fucking dope.
No, it was really cool, but like, man, like great way to debut solo. I will say that. However, if they were finna pull the trigger on Drew, it should have been then. I get it if they wanted him to be the fall man, he'd be a really good build for Seth or Cody. But like, he is not. I don't want him to be against Cody. He have to be the heel. I'm good.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 If he wins, he
He's
definitely
facing
ain't
Roman.
falling. He definitely ain't falling. I feel like if it's against Seth and Cody, they might just give it to him just off like
No,
it's like just off like here, nigga. After all these years, you thought with
Yeah.
this bullshit here, just take it.
I think if it's Seth, then they'll probably just give it to Drew.
Truthfully, Drew versus Cody, I do not give a single fuck who wins Drew versus Cody. I really
I
don't
think Drew
care.
versus Cody would be a fun feud. I just don't think I want it right now.
Cody does a disaster kick into a Claymore, and both of them is just out of it. I do not care who gets on first.
That sounds like a spot that they would do.
They
though.
would do that. Yes, absolutely.
This Cody shit, bro, it's irritated me. So I really don't care if that nigga.
It's bothering me too. Believe me, it's giving. I really feel like, and it's not his fault this time with this injury shit, but like, I'm real scared that he's gonna get booed again, and then he's not gonna turn heel, and then it's not gonna be like AEW though, where he won't just do shit he wants to do. Unfortunately, so
Slim, you know his father was a plumber. You know he was not the chosen one to win the title. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. His dad
You
won
know,
the title, but he didn't
crazy,
actually win
bro.
it because he won it by count.
That's crazy. They telling me a thief. That's the reason why he should win the title. Because his father was the chosen.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
you know
want
his
Cody
father
to win 'cause
said.
he moved me.
You know that his father said, like when he was younger, the hard times breed better men. Better men.
Man, I don't care what his father said, bro. He's not Seth Rollins. Who cares?
He's
Not Seth Rollins. Is awesome.
Who do you guys think is gonna be like the Iron Men or Iron Woman? If
You know, the one I was thinking about was Gunther. I really think.
Yeah.
Well, I think
was
that he should be a top. He should be like one of the last 5 eliminated.
that was my pick.
I feel like
mine.
if Brock comes in,
Either
I
him
think
or Braun.
I feel like Gunther should eliminate Brock. Like, because I feel like Brock is probably gonna come back at the Rumble too. He'll get paid to come back. So
I think the Iron Man, or like the person who's at least gonna last like the longest in comparison to everybody in the Rumble, might actually be Finn. I see Finn being the guy that they'll have be in there.
Finn would be cool.
Just because.
Let me think.
I think Edge might come back at the Rumble now that I think about it.
Edge is probably finna come back at the Rumble.
Probably gonna eliminate the Judgment Day guys.
Drew could be one that lasts a long time.
Oh yeah.
Depending on what they do with Sammy, he could either go 30 or he could go like 15.
If Seth isn't winning, then it'll be him.
That's also true.
Yeah. Who do you think will be number 1?
Seth. No, I'm just playing. Number 1 probably go be
It actually could be Seth.
It could be
Seth.
Seth.
It
I feel like Seth would come out 2. I just
want
don't know who would come out 1.
I want the Iron Man to be Seth because I want a 2010 Shawn Michaels as similar. If he ever gets eliminated, I just want him to just go.
He just goes batshit crazy.
That would be pretty cool.
I actually, based on just 1 entrances and 2 presentation, I feel like Seth is gonna be number 1, and then number 2 is gonna be fucking Cross.
Bro, oh God, if this nigga Cody's not winning the Rumble, Seth should eliminate him by the fucking sledgehammer, back of the head.
Not gonna lie, it would be cool.
That'd be heat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, I wouldn't mind Cross being the Iron Man. You see him with the puffer jacket, I wouldn't mind that.
He probably could, to be fair.
I don't know.
Max took my pick. I was gonna say Gunther's gonna be the Iron Man.
Yeah, I mean, to me, with how he's built right now, which is very good, by the way.
Wait
personally, what?
Y'all say his name as Gunther?
Yeah,
it's
you want me to say Gunther?
It's
Gunther. I mean, he's Walter to me. He'll always be. Shout out, British wrestling.
I know for a fact they gonna have a spot where he eliminates like 4 people. And he's the only one in the ring, so he just.
Yep, that'd be hard.
He's gonna chop people out the ring. Actually,
yes, bro.
Personally, you know that Brock Rumble that sounded awful on paper, but was actually really fucking good.
You mean the one from 2020?
Yeah. I really wonder if maybe they'll have Brock eliminate like 4 people, and then Gunther comes out, and then they like legit brawl for a minute. Not gonna lie, if they let Gunther go over, that would be a dope fucking Mania match. Brock being like, yeah, you know what? I've never done this title. You look like you actually like have your shit together. I don't face guys bigger than me.
I wouldn't be surprised if Brock wanted to work with him.
That match.
That nigga Brock finna get pissed off. I don't think he wants that
match. Yeah, true. I think that match would be hard. I still think Brock should not win. I would not let Brock win. But yeah. I also think Man, that's something else I was kind of thinking about. I wonder, like, because Walter being Roman I'm cool with. That would be cool with me. If like they did an option C type shit with the IC title, and he's just like, yeah, I don't want this no more. I'm done with this belt. That'd be kind of hard.
Yeah.
Showing,
I don't
like,
see. It's weird.
I don't see it happening.
I don't
but
see a scenario where he ends up being the one to beat Roman, like in any way. But like, I think he definitely could be a world champion down the line.
Yeah, but other than that, with the women, I feel like it's either I don't like saying this. I feel like it's Rhea. I feel like it's Rhea, Becky, or maybe Alexa if they really want to go stupid, and stupider.
I
But
think it'll either be Rhea or Liv. I feel like people don't
Liv's a good one.
like. Yeah,
I don't think
I don't know.
I would love if Liv won, but I don't think they'd go. I don't think they got the balls to do it. I don't think they got the balls.
You're testing them. You're testing them.
Well,
Yeah.
I still think they're kind of not disappointed, but like, I still don't think that they were too big on her run that she already had. So
I mean, that wasn't her fault though.
I know it wasn't, but like, you know,
Yeah,
I would say Bailey too, but that run's cooked already. So
I would have went Becky, but apparently she said nah to that Ronda match, so I don't think
good,
she won in that Rumble.
that's funny,
Becky Lynch is so cool.
bro. It's so shitty to me that I am a big Charlito hater, like genuine Charlito hater, and I was much more happy that she won the SmackDown title off Ronda, even though she wearing these fucking weird ass fucking jumpsuits to fucking SmackDown now, and she
Dude,
does
it's
not
crazy.
look.
It's crazy. Charlotte's
She does
either
not
a
look good
heel
right now,
or a
but-
face, depending on who she beats for the title at this point.
She's literally Big Show.
Yeah,
She turns heel and face every 2 seconds, but really she just
only her
to
heel
me.
and face turns are complemented with a championship win.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like I definitely feel like it's Rhea or bust.
I think Rhea
No.
is winning,
Mhm.
and it's gonna
I
be
do
her and
not
Bianca.
want them to win that Rumble, bro. Like, y'all haven't watched week to week, bro. They
think-
booking her like a dumbass, bro. Like they're not doing
Who are you talking about?
Live, bro. They are.
Oh yeah,
booking-
no, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Do you think? Okay, so I've been thinking about this for a while. I would love if Rhea were to somehow enter the men's rumble, but like, if like the idea is she's winning the women's rumble,
I do
there's no
not want
way that
Rhea.
she could do both, right?
I don't want her to enter the men's Rumble. I don't.
Really? I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
be
they
honest,
spent way too much time teasing like her being like, "Oh, you won't hit me. You're a man," and then like she doesn't go
They
into the
won't-
men's rumble and then do that.
I would
know?
love to see it, but I don't think it's gonna happen for the toy shit, and also because I really think that they're gonna let her win the women's rumble, and then I think she's beating Bianca, which is cool with me.
Yeah,
The run's been really good. It's been almost a year run, so cool with me.
I just I had the image in my head of her entering the men's rumble and then Solo finally fucking hits the fucking whatchamacallit, the damn Samoan spike.
Samoan
Because you
Spike.
can't tell me that Rhea wouldn't take that fucking spot. It's a
No, she
goddamn
would
thumb.
take it.
It's a goddamn thumb. Like
No, she definitely would take it.
I
It's just
have
I don't think they would let her.
I believe that if Rhea won the Rumble and then won the title, I know for a fact, like on our random Raw, she would defend the title against a dude. I know she would.
she would
I
defend
know.
it against
That'd be
Akira.
Yeah, she would. It would just be like some random dude. It'd be like Akira,
that's
for
right.
example, or it'd be like Cedric Alexander. It'd just be some random dude.
Ah, damn.
And then the bell rings, and then she just beats the shit out of him,
Mhm.
and then pins him.
Cedric
and then-
Alexander, man. Remember when he pinned AJ Styles clean on Raw?
I actually
don't.
don't remember that. No,
Exactly.
don't remember that.
Exactly. It was a main event of an episode of Raw in Madison Square Garden. He
That's
pinned
awesome.
AJ in a tag match and then celebrated with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then
Oh,
Vince had
man.
no interest in him anymore, so he just had him lose the feud.
Oh man! Wow!
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like this is. I really want the women's one to surprise me. I just don't feel like it will. This sleep. I don't know. I'd be cool with Asuka winning, but I just know it's not finna happen.
Yeah.
I personally, if I was booking this shit, Asuka would just be like, "Hey, I want my fucking get back at Charlito. Go to SmackDown, beat Charlito at Mania, get her get back, and then turn into Kana."
It's
But
hilarious.
not gonna happen.
It's hilarious because it's like, if you look at the past winners, Asuka's the only one who made sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the only one who made sense out of everybody who won the Rumble before.
Did she win?
Yeah, she won the first one.
Yeah, but did she win at Mania?
Nah,
she lost, right?
She lost to
no, she
Charlotte.
lost.
That was what ended her streak.
That's so bad.
Yeah, the
That
first
is
women's
bad.
Royal Rumble winner
This
lost at Mania.
That's definitely part of the reason why I don't like Charlito. Right there, right fuck there. I don't even know who Charlotte lost to after that. Don't matter.
I mean, to put it in
Don't
perspective,
matter.
the next show, Charlotte lost to Carmella, who cashed in Money in the Bank. If that was Asuka, who got cashed in on, people would have lost their fucking shit. They would have been
That
so
is
mad.
true. And I will say, I personally did like that Carmella run, so I will keep my mouth shut.
Hey, Mela was money back then.
Mela
It
was-
was.
Mela was money for
Was
like
money.
5 months. She was cool for like 6 months. And then she was with R-Truth. That was fine. I don't know what she's doing now. Yeah, she was with
Marrying
R-Truth.
Corey Graves. Oh shit! You think Corey Graves is gonna be in the Rumble since he got cleared a couple months back?
I'd be cool with it. He was cool in
Does the
NXT.
That'd be crazy.
I like Corey Graves. It'd be cool with me. I like him as a wrestler anyway. I don't really like him as a commentator.
I will pass on
No,
that.
you know one I just thought about? Because I know college football's over.
Oh shit, that'd be awesome. Oh yeah, that definitely
If
be.
that-
They're gonna do
I
that.
don't-
They're gonna do that. They're gonna do that.
College football shit. I mean,
They're
college
gonna do
football's
that.
over.
They're gonna do that. Shit's just gonna hit. The buzzer's gonna hit. Hey, let's go.
That shit would be hard.
Pat McAfee in the Rumble. That absolutely has to happen.
Man, I just feel bad about the women's one though. Like for real, for real.
Yeah,
I just-
yeah, that one.
There's not
It's
a lot.
probably gonna be the worst one.
Like,
of the
and I have
night.
no problem with Rhea winning it. She deserves to win it.
Mhm.
But like,
She technically already won one.
no, she did win one.
Oh my god!
Yeah, on some
I
Big
do
Show
actually-
shit. On some
I do
Big Show
actually
shit.
have a dark horse one.
Huh?
I do actually have a dark horse one. If they was really brave,
Who?
I'm not gonna lie. I would have Io win it. If they was really brave.
Mm.
That would be cool. I don't think they'll do it, but that would be cool.
They
I would have Io win it, and then I would have Bailey beat Charlotte, and then it's Io versus.
Oh wow.
Hard.
Huh.
I'm with it. Hard. I'm with it.
That's cool.
Personally, you're moving me a little bit.
I need
Are
it.
This man thief with the fucking shades, bro.
Hey, hey,
need
hey, thief. How you feel about that damage control theme though?
Damage control. Yeah.
That shit
Yeah.
hard, man. That shit hard, man.
Is it?
You know how somebody hates on a group or a person
Yes.
so bad that you decide to love it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's me about damage control, like just everything.
I've always liked them because I like all three girls. The theme
Hey.
is awful, but everything else was cool.
It should work. Everything about it should work.
They just
It's
dropped
'cause-
the ball.
It's literally just because they made them lose a lot.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
See,
literally it.
that's the issue. Okay, here's my other thing too. Do they still have those damn tag titles?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Get them shits out.
Sasha and Naomi were right.
They were right because those
They were
shit
literally
suck.
right.
bro.
Bruh, I
I'm-
finna keep saying it. The only way WWE does good storytelling with women, if any of it is good, is with a title around it. It's not cool. Like, yeah, what Tristan said that other time about how in NXT they be doing it fine, that's facts. But nah, WWE's gotta stop just throwing a title at everything.
Bro, I'm
It's
not gonna lie,
tiring.
bro. If I was Sasha and Naomi, I would have said fuck the titles. I'm with it because they were supposed to like I think face the women's champions that month, like in singles action. So and then they walked out. I'm like, bro. I'm like, man, fuck the tag titles. I'm with it. Just give me a title shot, bro. Them titles should have never been a thing in the first place.
No,
I agree.
never.
Yeah.
Well,
They-
I
they-
always said it was a good. It's always a good idea on paper.
Bro, they try to impact some shit, and
Yeah,
that
like,
shit was not.
I
working
get
out.
it, but they also do not have anywhere near enough people to actually. Like,
Bro, the
get with
Impact Knockouts titles are also ass. Like, they are not good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, and it's not even a thing about like women's wrestling. I just don't really like tag team wrestling that much, and also like, it's just a poor excuse to put more women on the screen. Just let them do
Bro,
their
it's
own
just
thing.
odd to me. It's like women's tag team wrestling. It's like, who is the greatest women's tag team of all time?
It's a Joshi tag team. That's my only answer.
Exactly. They the only people who do it right.
Yeah, because they
You
just
guys ready for Big Tony Khan to put the women's tag titles on J-Ty?
Now,
Ooh.
now if he
if
he made
you
tag
just made me. I'm sorry. That made me really mad. I hate you, Steve.
He would
if he
absolutely
made
make
tag
women's
titles, I
tag
would not
titles
have
too.
minded.
He would make them and then put
If
them on
who?
Jade Cargill and Layla Gray.
You talking
No,
about?
They're
You talking about
going
your?
on. They're going on Ty Conti and Anna J.
Fuck.
I would have.
Wait,
I would
Tristan, are you
not
serious?
mind. I would not mind if they do that.
Why?
I will mind.
I would mind as well.
Hey, give me your reason why you would like it, Tristan.
I'm not saying I would like Ty J as a team to win it. I'm like, I wouldn't mind they made titles. It's like it's better than the fucking All Atlantic fucking championship.
That is
That
true.
That's
Now
a good
that-
point.
huge.
Again,
Why is the
that
All
title-
Atlantic title a thing?
International shit, I guess.
that title
But then
on paper
again, they
is
haven't
a
done
really
that with
good
Orange
idea.
Cassidy.
Bro, they did it one time with Pac. Pac defended that title one time at like a random UK
Oh, he
show.
did it. He did it numerous times at different shows.
Did
I just
he?
haven't. Yeah, he did them on multiple shows.
I only heard
and
about it
whatnot.
once.
He
Like,
just
it's
they
hilarious
were all on Dark. That's why.
because they say it's a foreigner title. Yeah, it's a foreigner title. Why the fuck is Darby Allin in Japan instead of Orange Cassidy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like bro, again, I've actually liked Orange has kind of reminded me why I used to like him with this title reign. Like his title reign's been fine. However, AEW got 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 men's titles. 6 men's titles, I think.
Are you counting the Ring of Honor shits? Because they be putting
No,
them-
no. I'm saying world title, TNT title, All Atlantic, tag trios, FTW because that's an AEW belt. Apparently, that's 6 fucking men's titles that are on the show, and then you got 2 women's, and like. I was all cool with the trios titles. I don't think I'm cool with them no more. I don't care.
They just
I don't care. Like
Bro.
the tag
still-
titles,
They're
whatever.
gonna make the Young Bucks look cool, bro.
Man, I'm all about Kenny two
Sure.
belts, but I don't need to see the Young Bucks do
I'll
nothing
say
no
this
more.
about the fucking Bucks. They better not put Hangman Page back with them, bro.
Oh
Why?
hell no.
Nope.
I will turn all the way off if they do that shit, bro.
Well, I'll tell you what. We won't have to worry about watching that. Because we won't be watching AEW reviewing it on here. if
I
that
will not watch
happens.
that. I will not watch that stuff anyway because look, I'm not even a Hangman Adam Page hater. I like Hangman Adam Page.
He's
However,
cool.
Bro, EVPs keep it run a damn target.
I'm hurt and I'm old
Oh,
and I'm
why did
fucking
you say
tired
that?
and I work with fucking children.
Oh, it's so
Niggas
hard.
say they keep it run a damn target.
I'm trying to help support a wrestling
Hey,
company and these
hey.
motherfuckers think they're in Reseda.
Look, I understand that we all love Cody and AEW or whatever. Y'all see why he left? Y'all see
Yes.
why he left?
Yeah.
Because no,
We've
I don't
always
wanna
seen
deal
why
with
he
that.
left.
I know.
Nigga,
These
he only
motherfuckers
left
think they're in
because he
Reseda.
getting paid.
He got more money.
Cody only left because of money.
Yeah.
Because he wants a world title run.
And because he was tired of.
And because
Yo,
he wants to get cheered, yeah.
He did not see none of this shit coming, bro. That nigga only left because of the cash, bro.
He wanted a world title run in WWE.
Disagree.
The bag. That's a
He
good
only-
enough reason.
He only left because of the bag, bro. I hate when people say
He just like Jonah. Am I
Cody-
right?
Slim and the podcast, bro.
All right, y'all. Before we end, like
Bro,
real quick, one choice, a locked in prediction for the Rumble. Tristan, go.
Um,
You get one choice for each Rumble, like one person. Lock it in.
oh, I thought you meant like a surprise. All right, hold on.
Nah, like who do you think is winning each Rumble? You got to pick one person each.
Picking Cody and Rhea.
Max, lock in.
Sami Zayn and Rhea.
Beef, lock in.
Okay, just for the sake of being different, give me Seth and Rhea.
And I am going Sammy and Rhea as well. And with that, that brings us to the end of the second edition of Wrestling Sucks and Then You Die. We hope you all enjoyed
We
this.
could have went longer, but this nigga said Jonah. Like,
Hey man,
To be
respect Big Bag Bronson.
To be fair,
Hey,
he did
hey,
have a killer ass match with Akira Tozawa on Raw.
hey, thief. Who did Jonah beat last year in the G1?
Don't
Oh,
you
he
say
beat Okada. He beat
He
Okada.
beat Okada.
He beat Okada. That's
He beat
crazy.
Kazuchika Okada, the current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
So technically,
Slim.
whenever he wants, he's on a run. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for listening to this episode of Wrestling
Put the
Sucks
credit.
and Then You Die.
Put it.
You know, y'all have a good one. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night.
Bronson Reed.
Bang. Peace out.
Shout out Viperville.
Shout out.